I mean, we're already recording, right?
You do this.
Yo. Yeah, all right. This is the thing about it.
Bro, when I
was annoyed as soon as I figured out what he was saying, because to me, bruh,
yeah, we
don't put us in that position. Don't say that kind of shit.
That type of shit.
And it's not like
none of us do that.
It's not a lesson that we had to learn again. We already learned this with the DW situation. It was a monstrous.
And that shit was light.
And that was a light one. That was hard to hear. It's kind of in the background. Somebody else was talking. They had to turn up the volume to hear it. I mean, a lot of people don't know that people call cigarettes that or whatever.
No. Not that.
No. Said
the DW shit. That shit was like.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, like, I text you. I'm like, yo, bro, dude can't be talking to super duper blood shit. Because, like, blind or not, bro.
You're trying to turn this into an anti-Munchie thing, which I also am opposed to, for the record.
Hold on. What do they say happens when you lose one of your senses? The other ones get stronger, right?
And boy, can he smell.
So if you're sitting there, wait, you knew you farted?
No, I just, he's always wearing a nice fragrance.
So if you're sitting there, you know this dude's talking for 30, 40 minutes, I'm thinking your shit, you know he's right there. I would have respected if he jumped up, took off, swung 8 times in the air, missed everything. I'd have been like, that's what he was supposed to do.
Do you want to know the annoying part about this? Is that
because he be going too hard.
The week's previous episode.
I can't even see the dude now. It's like got me in a bad spot.
Now you got to smash his head in with a rock or something?
Nah, but I don't want. That's what I'm saying. Right. It's like he should have handled that shit. And then it ain't on what you call is there to make sure Munchie right. That's his guy. But he's a Crip, so he can't really react like that unless it goes somewhere. And Hefe, you know what I'm saying? So
and Hefe has the best facial expressions in general. Like he always, like you could just kind of look at his face and figure out what's going on in the rest of the podcast. And also, I love that the Reddit is so fascinated with Aunt Hefe's laugh. But okay, this is my thing. I kind of forgot what I was going to say. I know it felt very important in the moment. This is my thing: is that obviously Munchie's in a situation where it's going to be hard for him to react. Like the old Munchie, we've heard stories about the old Munchie. It probably obviously would have been a very different
thing. I don't know.
He put Munchie in a fucked up spot that he wasn't really
Munchie
in the
was supposed
to deal with.
Bro.
And now I'm shook because next time we do that podcast, even if Munchie's really trying to hold shit together, I wouldn't be surprised if he's got a homie with him that wants to have some words with him.
But Munchie was supposed to blindside him, bro.
But what's he going to do, bro? He's sitting a couple people away from him. He swings. He might hit Lush.
Nah, but it don't matter. It don't matter. It didn't matter.
It matters,
bro.
Reality matters.
As long as he was headed in the direction of the sound, whether he hit anything or not. Because at that point, down that gate, now and Hefe would have filled in the blanks.
Why would Hefe get involved with that? He probably would have tried to break it up like all of us would have.
Nah, that would no.
What I would have done, I would have jumped in between them.
And listen, him and Munchie is cool, right? And it's other shit that then went on, right? Soon as Munchie would have jumped up and did this, Hefe would have hit the plate here to here. That's it. That's all we needed, bro. I mean, Munchie be going too extra out, calling out their names and shit.
All right. Peep the lore though. Peep the lore. Last week, the week before this, Munchie and Unc were both sitting on the stools side by side, and Unc be doing all this gay shit. I gotta talk to him at some point, but he be
doing all this gay shit. You got your damn nerves.
He be going like this. He acts like he's retarded. He does all this weird ass shit.
Bro, that's what he does.
At one point in it though, he stands up, his belt's open, his pants are like falling down, and at one point he drops to his knees. He's kind of like in front of Aunt Hefe. It almost looks like he's like hinting at something weird. Even at that moment, I'm like, oh no, like if you do some gay shit to Aunt Hefe, I feel like he might just fuck you up. So Munchie texted me after that appearance and said, yo, we got to work on our seating plan or whatever, because I don't want to be sitting next to Unc if he's going to be doing some zesty shit. So I'm guessing that he's getting calls.
Somebody tapping
in with him saying, hey, bro, you look crazy sitting next to this fool when he's doing all this weird ass shit. And so,
but that's what he does, though.
And then Unc's follow up to that is like, oh, I'm going to say something that is literally going to upset like half of the gang members in LA. Nice. Wait.
Yeah, but see, he playing. And he's playing, and half of it, I ain't gonna front. Half of it is all our faults. All of us.
Why you say that?
Because none of us, we're all in this lane. We're all in this lane doing what we're doing with this podcast thing. And we're telling ourselves mentally, we're stepping into space that we probably shouldn't be in with people that probably don't understand our rules. So kind of like, you know, you got to let some things slide until you get warning. And people see that and try it and think they can get away with it until you that lotto winner. Till you that lotto winner, and then it happens. Like, listen, like Rick Rock. I tell people I know the real Rick Rock, right? That dude right there, the dude that's really, you know, his skits and all, that's him really finding his balance. But you put Rick Rock in one of them situations, and did you, me, same, we all got our trick. Like, I thought Munchie would have jumped up. What surprised me, let's say he don't know what direction which I know he does because he knows where he's at, right?
Well, but we did an episode the other day where, like, at one point his chair was kind of facing away, and like it took him a while to like turn. Like, we had I think somebody had like turned to face the conversation.
If he would have jumped up,
to say he's not as tapped into what's going on at maybe all the time.
Okay, if he would have jumped up, it's like his reaction when he heard that. He responded, but because the way he, you know, I thought it would have been a little more aggressive response. But 607, man, just word to the wise, like, ain't no making that right.
There isn't?
Hell no.
There's no making it right. So he's just forever in a bad spot with every blood in LA.
He doubled down on it, but like he dissed everything.
He's like annoyed that we're acting like it's so obvious that he dissed that community, when to me it's like, what did you think it was? Like, obviously that's like the title of the YouTube clip is like 607 Unk disrespects the Bloods, and Munchie
but watch this though,
responds or whatever. But it's like that's how we view that word.
But let's keep it real. Munchie B started the gang conversation with him.
Prior to that, well, we were all talking about him having Hoover tattooed on his belly, which we didn't know, none of us knew about that.
He was trying to put a battery in his back with the 4 extras, and it backfired on him. 4 extras ain't in the room, so why mention him? He ain't here.
Well, it is an interesting conversation to be like, oh, you're supposed to interview 4 extras tomorrow, and you have the word Hoover tattooed on you. That's going to be interesting.
4 extras don't know he a Hoover.
He has no reason to give a shit about somebody Texas or St. Louis based.
He ain't.
I don't know. Maybe
he ain't doing that. He ain't.
I think he would be interested, but I don't think he's gonna walk out the room.
4 extras that right? Listen, but see, these is things you got to make the proper executive decisions on. Look, you do what you want to do, right? I'm saying,
grand opening,
and this is when I be trying to tell you, right?
Yeah,
certain things. If you saying 4 extras is your guy,
oh my God,
just like it happened with Almighty, certain things when you know. You just don't let happen. If that's your guy, why even roll the dice, knowing this dude is ain't no telling what's gonna come out his mouth. Cause if he fuck around and diss 4 extras, if the right people ain't here, y'all not gonna be able to stop him.
So you think putting them together might be a bad idea?
If me personally, I don't want to roll the dice with nothing like that because, for one, I think 607 could press charges.
They should both wear boxing gloves.
Listen.
So if they do start fighting, it won't.
But here goes the thing.
No.
It would take somebody like me or my team to be able to get 4 extras off of him. Me, because he respects me.
You say there's no use getting a security guard because all the security guards are going to be bitches compared to 4 extra.
You're not going to be able to stop him.
He's an alpha male.
You're not going to be able to stop him. The only reason why he'll give me some leeway and let up eventually is because he's going to hear my voice and he respects me. And then it'll register, okay, I know it got my best interest. And even then, I might have to tussle with this big old nigga, right? But why put him in that situation knowing that this dude could say anything that's crazy? Like, bro, if I would have been Munchie, right? I'm in a situation where you gotta go. And it's like, this is why some people, I've been like, hey, bro, if I don't mind whatever we do. We do it every day.
But to be fair, 4Extra probably would not mind the fact that Unc said that to Munchie.
Yeah, but
they probably think that's kind of funny.
That's not what, because Munchie brought his name up and he inserted it, right? I don't fuck with you, you don't fuck with me. Why even mention my name? But if you want to take that risk, the only time I would do that is if I was at the table.
See, that's the problem. I'm not going to be there.
Across. If I was at the table, if dude was there, Fo was here, and I was there.
Maybe we'll bring AD back, have him sit in the middle of them.
Right? Then it might, because at that point,
Batman.
I don't think dude that crazy to play. He might be.
Nah.
And I jump in fights and nephew take off, I'm getting off.
I mean, like, this is, I view 607 Unc as like kind of a comic. He's
he's a character.
He's doing stand-up comedy, but some percentage of his jokes
is real.
Are based around gang shit. Now
he knows what he's saying.
Apparently, everybody in Chicago doesn't mind when he says, "I'm BD, I'm GD, I'm Vice Lord."
Bullshit.
He says nobody cares.
No, he just said
that sounds good until
he's
someone
not
cares.
from Chicago. No, until they catch.
But he says he goes there and then nobody gives a shit. I'm saying that sounds good. That sounds good. I'm sure I could think of a lot of funny gang punchlines I could do too, and that a bunch of people would be cool with it. They'll laugh, but then you meet the wrong guy, and then you're like, oh, maybe this was not the proper punchline route. I don't know, man. That really made me think, crazy. Like, is 607 Unc a little too unhinged to be part of this operation? Hopefully we can get him to just kind of...
I mean, listen, I just...
Yeah.
I don't know when a guy does the things he does, right? And I know it's a lot of antics and it's cool, right? He's like a over-animated Orlando Brown, right? He put everything on his mama. Right, that has
everything goes on his mama,
Then he don't care about that. But
I suspect that he's not actually vowing that with the same level of.
He don't care about his mom. No.
I think his mom is probably not.
He don't care about it.
She's not going to drop dead because he's lying mostly when he.
But here's the thing, I really believe. Yes, he's in character, and he's trolling, but he knows exactly what he's saying. He's not stupid.
Yeah,
dude is not stupid. You know what I'm saying? So now you got to be able to say, okay, is he doing it to disrespect me? And then if I react a certain way, he claimed trolling.
That actually kind of sounds accurate. Yeah, because he's like, oh, I didn't even know you were blood. How do you not know that?
He knew that.
You know that.
And then he doubled down on it. He said
it twice in a row.
Yeah, he said something. Man, I dropped my motherfucking glass of water. I wasn't even anticipating that.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm watching it, and he just said it. He said, wooty, 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 whoop, boom, something crazy.
I should have jumped out of my seat and got on him.
Nah.
On Munchie's behalf.
No,
I'll take the fade for him.
No, Brandon.
That would have been a good move.
Brandon claims Luce should have did it and defended the black people. Because he defends the Sureños.
No, he doesn't.
Brandon, you was on some BS with that.
No, but you understand that Lush is under fire too because we interviewed that little white kid, little Brazy.
He said that 18. I text you. I text both of y'all.
You think Lush should have said something?
Hell yeah.
But Lush ain't really. He's from a Tagger crew, right?
Lush started laughing.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I said, bro, y'all playing some real games.
It was like Lush kind of started to like make excuses for him. He's like, I know he means blah, blah, blah. It's like, Lush, you're supposed to act like at least, he's a little kid. You can give him some knowledge. Like the first thing I said was like, oh, you doing that? Like, you know, they ain't gonna like that. From? Utah. Right outside Salt Lake City.
Oh, shit. Provo or something.
It's the funniest thing ever. I asked him what it's like where he is from. We beef with the Nortes. That was the first thing he said.
That's like 800 miles away.
No, but in his town, I guess the Mexicans are Norteños, and then he's a blood, and I don't know.
I thought he said he threw up Crip.
Nah.
Oh, they made him throw up a Crip sign.
Oh, yeah, they ran up on him on the bus and made him.
So it was dude 10 or 15?
15.
Yeah, because I started getting all kind of.
Nobody can tell me shit. I with Lil Brazy.
Why is Adam, they start hitting me? They start hitting me with the act shit?
Ain't no rules to this gangster shit.
No, the act shit. They start saying,
oh, I was grooming him.
Why is you telling him, I'm sure, I guess you said, I'm sure if a chick 18 and 19, you not, and then here it comes. And I'm like, you know what?
I'm trying to find out his policy. He's all talking about my wife. He wants to take pictures with her or whatever. I'm trying to find out, are you entrapping grown women?
He was talking about,
for a second, if anything, that's why I responded with that. But think about it. He's young. He's hot. He's killing it. He's rising to the top of the rap game. Is he a rapper?
You a rapper?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And the bitches love him. Lil Brazy's a sensation. So what I'm thinking is he's putting a lot of women in bad situations because they're 35. They're throwing themselves at him because he's such an obvious superstar in the making. He's going to go and put cases on all those women, sue their pants off.
Well, you see what's going on with Fat Joe and Tyler Perry?
Man, I just heard about that Fat Joe shit. What is that about? Do they have actually like good evidence on Fat? Yo, the sentence Fat Joe paid for a 15-year-old girl's BBL.
I don't believe it.
I haven't been able to look into this at all. That's one of the craziest sentences I've ever seen.
Well, here goes the thing.
I didn't even know you could do that at 15.
He's saying Fat Joe,
like it should be illegal.
He's saying Fat Joe filed a civil on him. I know Fat Joe. Nothing about this man says he's a dummy. Yeah. If Fat Joe knows that this man has any type of dirt or has any type of knowledge of him in some dirt like this, no way is Fat Joe gonna file a civil anything against him to trigger him. He would have just got triggered.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, so this is his countersuit.
Well, I really want to know.
He said it was 4,000 situations.
Well, okay, I want to know. I'm sure people who are like more deeply immersed in the Terror Squad lore could tell us who Terrence T.A. Dixon is. Like, was this guy a real serious part of the movement? Because, you know, obviously, like, if it's some random guy, then like, who cares? This probably doesn't hold this much weight. But if the guy's a big deal and if he was really part of that whole operation, but I'm just going to read this.
There's some serious names he's mentioning.
Okay, Fat Joe's former hype man has filed an explosive lawsuit in federal court against the rapper on Thursday. Dixon is alleging that his former boss, whose real name, blah, 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 engaged in coercive labor exploitation, financial fraud, sexual manipulation, violent intimidation, and psychological coercion. Dixon added that the hip-hop star behind such topper, blah, 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 got rich and famous while he and his associates deliberately suppressed, silence, and erased Dixon's substantial creative, artistic, and commercial contributions, which were foundational to Fat Joe's professional success and personal brand. He's seeking up to $20 million in damages. I just really want to read some details.
It's like 100-something pages.
157-page document.
Yeah, they covering it right now.
Okay, he was his hype man for 16 years, a common figure in hip-hop who supports the artist by engaging in the ground. Okay. He also contributed as a lyricist and background vocalist on hits such as Congratulations and others. According to the complaint, he had an unrivaled vantage point to observe the rapper's offstage lifestyle and behavior. Dixon is represented by this lawyer who's also the lead he's also the lead counsel in a high-profile case against Sean Diddy Combs, which suggests that he might be somewhat legit. But, it's the same lawyer who filed the lawsuit on behalf of Little Rodney.
The black dude.
The dude who sued Diddy, like saying all that crazy shit. That's the same dude went at academics. So that makes him sound a little, you know.
That he's not credible.
I mean, he's at least had his credibility thrown into question recently.
Yeah. That's the same dude went at ACT.
Dixon states that in the complaint that Fat Joe forced him into humiliating actions, including sex acts performed under duress and surveillance, accompanied by threats of abandonment in foreign countries if he refused compliance. By his own estimation, Dixon states in his suit that he was coerced into more than 4,000 sexual acts to maintain 4,000. What are we talking about?
Yeah, bro, what are you talking about?
Most shockingly, the suit claims that Dixon personally witnessed Fat Joe engage in sexual relationships with children who were 15 and 16. He lists 3 such Jane Does, including a 16-year-old Dominican girl in New York who, in exchange for cash, clothing, and payment of her cell phone bill, would perform oral sex and other sexual acts on the rapper. Minor Doe 2 is a Caucasian female and not a United States citizen. Fat Joe began having sexual relationships with her when she was 15 years old after a concert overseas. Defendant flew Minor Doe 2 to New York City, Miami, and Florida on multiple occasions. Due to Minor Doe 2's body being adolescent and not fully formed, Fat Joe paid for her to get a Brazilian butt lift, allegedly. and eventually she left defending and is now married to a professional athlete. Wow, that's going to be thrilling.
Yo, I mean, don't they? You can't. They don't do that type of stuff on minors without the parents' consent, right?
I mean,
in the U.S.
I mean, if she was moving around and doing her thing, presumably maybe the parents just weren't around, but definitely the parents have to sign off on some stuff. But I mean, she could get on a plane or she could do whatever.
I don't believe it.
I am very, very skeptical as well. But it's going to be interesting to see what kind of evidence they can actually bring to the table.
I think he tried to squeeze Fat Joe. They talking like 20 million.
I mean, anyone who's been sued knows what this is like to read a big ass document that alleges that you did like a million things that you didn't do.
Yeah.
And definitely I don't want to take the bait and just be like, oh, this guy was around him for all these years, so I'm just going to blindly believe all of this shit. Now, if they bring the girls to the table and they're actually saying that these things happened, that might lend some credibility to it. But either way, it's a nightmare for Fat Joe. He just started a podcast with Jadakiss.
I seen it.
Seems like he's doing quite well in his career overall.
Look,
yeah.
Tyler Perry drops a great movie. Straw, I think is the name of it.
Probably one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
What, Straw?
The dumbest, corniest, lamest movie I've ever seen.
Bro,
my first Tyler Perry film.
What are you talking about?
It just, I didn't know movies like that existed.
Did you see her acting?
I actually thought her acting was pretty good. It was really more of the storyline.
What was lame about it? Did you get it?
Yeah, it felt like an after-school special. Like this is a movie for adults. You're really telling me that this is like a movie that adults are moved by this?
Hell yeah.
It really makes me think less.
It brought a lot of adults to tears.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
That is sad. Those adults are
You know what was genius about this movie?
What?
5 locations.
That they filmed it in?
Bank, school, front line, grocery store, in the middle of the street.
It did feel like it was definitely lacking in terms of production.
Definitely was not lacking.
No, yeah, they filmed it in 5 locations. That's indicative of a cheap ass
movie. Do you know
movie.
that not only women but men, they have breakdowns? Like, did you get it? The end? Did you get the end of it?
I got it. Yeah.
What did you get?
I got it. Oh, it was all a dream. She's experiencing psychosis because she lost her child and she imagined all of this. Like, Jesus Christ.
Bro, you think people don't go? See, this is white privilege at its best.
This is you being easily moved.
No, bro.
By terrible entertainment.
Bro, listen, I think the chat's going to disagree with you.
Well, I've read a lot of commentary about this.
This is a great movie, bro.
There's a big split. But I actually tapped in with the reviews to make sure I wasn't crazy. And a large percentage of people think that this movie was horrifically cringe and corny. And what I'm interested in is, like, are all his movies like this? How did he get so rich if his movies suck so bad?
No, brother, that's like saying...
Listen, if I was in 8th grade,
that's like saying, how did Lil Wayne become the star he is with Wack music? No, it's more people that think his music is great than Wack. So you just... Oh, no, I thought it was a great movie.
Well, it's no surprise to me that a lot of people are stupid and easily impressed.
What do you mean, stupid?
If you were moved by that movie, I really think less of you. No offense.
So what's a good movie to you? That didn't go to the big screen.
You know, actually, I was watching a documentary last night called The Painter and the Thief that came heavily recommended by ChatGPT. That's what we do now. We don't even try to find our own movies. We just ask ChatGPT, what's a good documentary I should watch tonight? And then you rate it afterwards. You tell them what you think of it, and that way it can guide you. And what I just said, hey, recommend a documentary. I liked this documentary. I just named a random documentary I liked, and all its suggestions were like things that kind of hit a similar note. Anyway, that's a documentary, though. So.
Okay. Scarface or American Gangster?
The American Gangster, the Jay-Z soundtracked one?
With Denzel.
I do remember seeing
Russell
that one.
Crowe.
I don't remember it anywhere near as well as
you don't remember
Scarface.
Okay.
American Gangster. I didn't really like the Jay-Z album. That's my main memory of that.
300 or Troy?
I actually walked out of 300, and I don't even know what Troy is.
Yeah, you're weird. We're going to move on.
300 was terrible.
300 was terrible?
I was really young, so I was like 21.
That's young?
I was 21. I'm 41 now, so 21 feels young.
I had a year left in prison. Young, man. I guess we had to grow up fast.
I'm gonna be
for you to say 300 was like
I don't really like action movies. So to me,
you like romance movies?
No, no. But
well, like what?
I don't watch a lot of movies. I think that's why Straw was so shocking to me, because I didn't know movies that lame and woke existed.
What the hell is Rainwater calling for?
I just interviewed his boy Twisted Black.
You think that's what it is?
Well, perhaps.
Yo, what you want? Twisted Black just left. He said, "Give him his money, bro." Oh, it's on.
No, I thought you was over there with that black nigga Twisted Black.
He just left. He said you owe him some money.
Listen, he a dumbass. He did 17 years and he didn't get caught with nothing. I would have told on everybody.
Say it again. Oh, he did that and hung up.
I would have told
On everybody.
Why is Rainwater one of my favorite people?
He all right.
He's the best, dude. He's so funny. It's like
Ford versus Ferrari.
I like him so much that I feel like I can just talk shit to him and hate on him publicly, and I know he'll understand. Which that to me means like,
Rain don't care. But Rain letting you know I mingle with the thugs. I'm in the streets, but I'm gonna tell on you.
Hell yeah, I'll fuck with that.
Which is good and bad.
Yeah,
Because now the person know that he got to go all the way with you. You know what I'm saying? Now, I seen him on all fours when he got kicked in his tailbone. They kicked him so hard it broke his hip.
for real.
Yeah, I
Or
swear.
is that just what he said because he was doing a lawsuit?
No, he had to go have surgery.
He probably went and saw his homegirl who was working as a nurse and said, "Hey, you got to say that I broke my hip."
No. He had the surgery and all that.
Oh shit.
That he had to learn how to walk and all kind of shit again.
Try boy Freddie hit him with a water.
Yo, I can't believe you said 300 was weak. That's crazy.
Even at 21, I felt like it was kind of insulting to my intelligence.
300? That's an excellent movie, bro.
I feel like maybe all the movies that you
Okay.
like are movies that you like and that I would think
Okay.
are corny. I like Scarface though. Scarface is kind of corny, I guess.
Road to Perdition.
No idea what that is.
Oh, wow.
What is that?
You got to watch that.
Some
Tom
fucking
Hanks.
thing? Yeah.
No, some
Forrest
real,
Gump.
Some real, yeah, I love Forrest
That's
Gump.
good, okay.
Life is like a box of chocolates.
That's all you know of it. I've never seen it, but I
No,
know the slogan.
listen. You should watch Road to Perdition.
Jenny.
Real gangster shit.
Oh yeah, I'll check it out.
Old school. White boy politics.
Oh, my ears are perked up.
No, for real.
I'm always looking to engage.
Like
with some
he had
good
to really
wood content.
make a decision. Yo, man, you smoking? What the fuck is that? You smoking this shit out of that? What?
K2, brother.
I don't know what that is, bro.
Bro, I'm going to Texas tonight.
For what?
Get it in. I got all kinds of content.
You going out there with?
I don't want to list it off because they're gonna.
You going to Houston?
And Dallas.
I got my boys got to stop by here. You okay? You know the cats? You do the turkey leg hut. They blew up the dude spot.
Oh, I got.
That's my people.
I gotta go.
I'm gonna set you up. I just was on the phone with him.
Oh, because they shut it down, but that would be cool.
No, it's back up and running.
The Turkey Leg Hut is already back.
No, the spot they blew up.
What do you mean blew up?
They blew up the spot across the street, bro.
Oh, because they were competing with them.
Yeah, they
Yo,
blew
that's
up
some
the
gangster
spot
shit
across
right
the
there.
street.
I know we argued last
So
time
my
about
boy
gangster shit.
Adrian Peterson.
If you got a Turkey Leg Hut and they open up a Turkey Leg Hut across the street and you blow it up, that's gangster.
Adrian Peterson, his manager,
Okay.
is my guy.
Uh-huh.
Adrian, I ain't gonna talk about him when we talk about it, but I'm gonna set you up. He runs it. It's one of the hottest spots out there. I think it's called like 5015 or 5115 or some shit.
Well, I
like
know I'm going to Trill Burger.
that. You got to do that.
I got to show my respects.
You got to do that.
Yeah.
Bumby, shout out to Bumby.
Shout out, Bumby.
They did tell me though, it's
He gave my boy
extremely.
Twisted Black a verse.
Now I'm gonna tell you this.
Got to do it.
I'm hearing the same thing. They're saying it's real high. They saying the same shit about Marathon too. But I think Marathon is like $33, they saying. But they said Bun B shit like for two people like $90
90?
for a burger.
You got a beer and a milkshake? or
Burger,
what?
fries, and give you some type of little
Well, I
mug.
don't think Marathon Burger is that expensive.
They said
How much do you expect to pay for a burger and fries at this point in time?
right now,
From a spot like Marathon Burger that's not a fucking giant chain. Like $20, $18?
$18.
Yeah.
So if it is 33, I don't know.
Yeah.
But when I ordered a bunch of shit last time, I didn't pay it no mind.
I feel like, I mean, isn't it on Postmates? Can we go look right now? Although I know
Yeah, I saw a little white dude. He was like doing something on it.
the Postmates prices sometimes are different than the regular prices, but let's see. Marathon Burger. Donk. Smash Burger combo meal, $26. Just a burger is $17. So yeah, it's a little high, but yeah, whatever.
Trill Burger is $18 a combo.
Trill Burger is $18
$18
a
a
combo
combo.
as opposed to $26. Granted, Texas, lower cost of living than in LA.
Yeah, that make more sense.
Yeah, we are supposed to pay the high.
They was talking about. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of high. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
He was spending $90 for a burger.
$18 meal is the same as a $26 meal between.
I mean,
Texas
even
and
like
LA.
thinking about the cost of living is crazy. Like,
Yeah,
damn.
they got it good. They don't know it, but they got it good.
Yeah, for real. It's two people go eat anywhere. Simple. California fish dish. You gonna spend $50.
Yeah. Me and Lena and the kid went to a burger spot the other day, and I think for all three of us, it might have been $70, $75, and then we went to an ice cream spot, $35.
$35.
Yeah. I got 3 scoops, so kind of, kid got 1. I think Lena got 1.
Yo, so you didn't get mad that I kind of stepped up and kind of said no jumper side with Act, did you?
Here's my problem with that. It feels like there's all these nuisances and they'll be like on their deathbed, about to go away, shriveling up in the ball into a ball. Because you kind of did it with Sharp. You fooled Sharp into thinking that we wanted him back and gave him a little bit of, content.
He's out of here.
And now it just feels like you kind of are doing the same thing. Like we had almost heard enough of these guys.
No,
it seemed like it was almost over.
This what I didn't respect.
And now you're sort of throwing us.
No, they were kind of like trying to insinuate like when Act comes out here, he come by the building.
Yeah, and I think they're salty about that.
And I think that he was trying to insinuate like Act can't come out here. So I'm like, what you mean he can't come out here?
No, he's with us.
Yeah, he with us.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So my thing is, wasn't they just added over there? Didn't you tell me the little group just broke up?
What group?
One of the little movements you just told me.
Oh, well, I mean, allegedly the Ace Boys broke up, which is Pun's squad. Pun was saying they're coming back, though. I did see a clip.
But how does Pun have a squad?
Bunch of crib dudes that he hangs out with, that he does podcasts with. It's like a little mini No Jumper, I guess. But they split off and they started their own thing.
But here's the thing.
Shout out my boy Rios.
Here's the problem with that over there, right? Nobody has stepped up to be the equivalent to AD over there. It's just real shit.
What does that mean to you?
They're just there.
A lot of, yeah.
I think the Mexican dude probably could do something.
Do know?
Yeah.
But ironically, his podcast on their channel is like the worst viewed podcast that they have, which is kind of confusing.
I think maybe they not respecting him being over there.
I don't think he really wants to be there. They had a whole thing where he called their live show ghetto, and they were like all really upset about it. I feel like the clock is ticking.
It feels like bro,
he's kind of over it.
It feels like a house with no grass in the front yard.
Yeah. Okay, but how do you feel? Because it's like, obviously, there was a clip of Pun and T-Rail where they call AD and basically make him say F academics. After Ack dissed Smack and T-Rail. Now, Ack went out of his way, I think, to not diss AD.
But who was Smack? That's the dude got his vest took?
Yeah, the little guy with 1 foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1
he
foot.
actually gets money from the government.
What you mean 1 foot? He got a club foot?
He fell off a motorcycle when he was drunk and f***ed his foot up.
Recently?
Yeah, which is kind of crazy.
Oh.
Could you imagine how easy our lives would be if the government just gave us a big, juicy check every month? And we just got to live off that because we were just born a little,
See, with him, he called me about the taco lady.
Smacked it.
Yeah, he called me about her.
Okay.
Had me call in. We discussed it, and then I guess she got mad at him. He started breaking it down, apologizing to her as if, man, we don't stand with Wack on it. No, that ain't what you were saying when you had me call in. So when I saw that, it was weird. When I talked to him, he tells me she knows his auntie and all this, and they got on him, and I'm like, your auntie got on you. What are you talking about? But I'm looking at the whole situation over there, and No Jumper hasn't done anything but rebuild itself. Right?
Which I feel like they're kind of in denial about the fact that we're obviously doing a lot better than they are.
Oh, this is the team is strong.
Yeah. Right now, I think, honestly, is probably the high point for the brand in its history, to me, is right now, in terms of content.
The team is strong. And I really don't know. AD's gonna always be all right. He could do his on his own, but the rest of them, I don't think they have yet to establish themselves.
Yeah, it feels like they left No Jumper to start this channel, and the channel seems like an afterthought. Like they don't really put that much effort or time into it. They're all focused on their own things. And I mean, the weird part about it, all right, so they did this stream last night where they were kind of reacting to Ack, and T-Rail's trying to act tough and talking about Ack like he ain't shit, even though we all know that until about 24 hours ago, T-Rail was shamelessly on Academics'
Straight up,
like,
pro Ack.
I honestly think when I brought T-Rail around Academics the first time I did Academics,
He started jumping up and down.
I think that changed his life. Like right there, the level of awe that he had, because people forget about T-Rail that he always makes it out like he was this big successful businessman when he came to No Jumper. There's a vlog where he says, I was just so happy to even be at No Jumper. I would have took a job washing the toilets. That's what he says.
Who?
T-Rail. That's what he says in this old vlog, that he would have took a job washing the toilets here. It even says in the title of the vlog, I went to No Jumper, life goal accomplished, or some shit like that. Like, you know, he didn't have shit going on, basically, was what I'm saying. When he came to No Jumper.
What was his first conversation with you when he came?
He was actually on the podcast a bunch of times before I even really had a conversation with him, because he was just sort of like one of AD's buddies or whatever. And then I started to notice the fact that he was resonating with the audience. And so I started working to try to build him up. I'm doing podcasts with him. We're doing interviews together. I'm trying to get him on other podcasts and stuff like that. Like, and then, you know, he chose to leave. And I'm going to be honest, it's all been pretty much downhill since then. And you want to know why I think it's really fucked up is because, so the girl that he's engaged to, Heather, she had this clothing line called Sorella, right?
Yeah. They had a store.
They had a store on Melrose, which was
Melrose.
the old Last King store.
Corner,
When Tyga left T-Rail basically switched it over to his girl's name, and then they had the girls store.
Yeah.
I saw a post about this on the Reddit, but they haven't updated their Instagram in like 6 months. Everything on the website is 80% off. Like I think she was paying his way through life ever since he filed bankruptcy, and now I think she's broke. And so now they're two brokies together. And so I think that's why, like, he's acting like he's kind of enjoying this whole Academics thing, but I think he's really like f***ed up. Like, he knows that like everything is kind of crumbling around him. And when you watch him on the podcast, you can kind of see it in his body language that he knows that the jig is up.
So you don't think they're making money over there?
I think when you look at the way they were doing at No Jumper while also being able to do their own thing, that was clearly a better position for them to have been in. And I think if there wasn't so much pride and ego in it, that they probably would have already came back. I mean, honestly, like, I think if I hadn't dissed them, they probably already would have came back. Because you've seen Vlad and Lord Jamar, they're back together after 5 years apart. I was looking at that and I'm thinking, like, I wonder how long it's going to take before that happens.
Do you think it's even room for them over here? Do they even fit?
I just don't think that. I think if you put someone like T-Rail next to a U or a Munchie or even a Lush or a, you know, whoever, I just don't think anyone would be all that impressed. I think everybody would be looking at him as the dumb guy in the room, which is like Smack was supposed to be the dumb guy to T-Rail being like the smart guy. I feel like T-Rail would seem like the inbred step cousin here. Like, I feel like I don't think he like stands out to their fan base. Even like I was reading the comments on that episode that they did last night, bro, they have like a hate fan base now. Like the fan base doesn't really fuck with them anymore, which is crazy because when they were at No Jumper, they were like beloved. And that apparently seems to have really dissipated.
Yeah, well, end of the day.
But I don't really pay attention to
Listen, man. I mean, you know, we gave it a little attention, a little time.
It's really how they want to play it. Because think about it. If you're Ack, look at all Ack's got to do. Ack does 9-hour streams like it's no big deal. There's a lot that I didn't utilize. You know, you as an exposer, you know, you end up with a lot of source material. And you don't end up putting it all out because sometimes it feels like I'd rather wait and let this cook. If Ack wants to do 8 hours on T-Rail,
you got the content.
I could send him a handful of documents and a handful of different notes. Look into this, do research on this. He could send T-Rail's entire life into a tailspin. I don't think that
T-Rail,
wants to smoke.
T-Rail, we need a cash app.
The only reason that I didn't do
We need
a
a
lot of
cash
this
app,
stuff
bro.
that I could have done was just because I felt like it looked too petty at a certain point.
No, we need a cash app.
People don't necessarily really want to see me go this hard.
We need
But
listen, on the other hand,
there's a lot to work with.
on the other hand, 600 calls me last night.
I see he's upset about the way people are characterizing his fight.
I told you, we already talked about the fight. That was an AI 600.
Oh. Well, he didn't say that. He said he just got knocked out.
No, that wasn't it. Okay. Somebody might have paid him to say that.
Oh.
Somebody might have paid him to say that.
Probably.
Somebody might have paid him to say that.
Yeah.
Somebody might have paid him to say that. Somebody might have paid him to say that.
Broken AI.
Yo,
the AI is all fucked up. The Wack
600 calls me last night and
Why
says,
you got ego socks?
he said,
How your shooter got ego socks?
let go of my ego.
Nigga, man.
I bet you don't even got to show them on camera. I bet I can find them on ego because there's no way that there's that many people making ego socks. Yeah, look at this.
Come on, yeah.
Yo,
Show the screen. Your shooter rocking ego socks is crazy. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Yo, listen. 600 calls me and says, hey, I want to come on Clubhouse. I said, cool. I got a guest. So I look up and it's All-Star. Is it All-Star Luce Cannon?
Ah.
So I'm hearing him. I'm like, bro, why you got Luce Cannon on my floor? What the fuck are you doing? It's the brother.
The brother.
And the brother is saying Luce sent the feds at him while he was in the county. That's what he said.
So are we bringing him on right now or what?
Oh, yeah, I got him up here.
Oh, yeah, let's get him.
Yeah. Where's our guy? You not here today? Can we set him up?
Michael? We can set it up real quick. It'll only take a second.
Yeah.
No, I'm super excited to talk to this dude, and I really feel like this might be a revelatory conversation because this guy holds the keys to the truth.
Yeah, he knows what's going on. That's my first time ever meeting the dude.
Yeah.
My first time seeing Luce Cannon was here at No Jumper. My first time seeing his brother is here at No Jumper.
Yeah, you know, this is my thing is like, there's a lot of times where there's like understandable misunderstandings. Like, for instance, him saying that he got stabbed 10 times and then it turning out that like, oh, he got sliced, which is apparently different. And that was taken out of context, whatever. I mean,
ain't no context. Nothing never happened.
That could happen, like, you know, but when it always happens.
Nothing never happened.
When it always happens at a certain point, you got to be like, okay, when there's smoke, there's fire. This guy's a bullshitter.
The thrill is gone. The thrill is gone away.
When Luce Cannon beats his case and he gets out, I would love to sit down and have a conversation with him. I'm gonna be honest.
If Luce Cannon beats his case,
we got
his brother's in trouble.
Conversation. Yeah.
If he beats his case, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Because he already tried. So he tells us he's in the county jail. He just do like
recently
12 months there, and he had to go do another 2-3 months in the state. And he just came home. How long you been on?
A week.
Holy shit. You said you saw Crip Mac in the county jail?
Yeah. No, Crip Mac was in Wasco with me in East 2.
Oh.
Yeah, he arrived like 3 weeks before I got out.
Oh, okay.
So he get out in December.
Whoa. Spoiler. There we go. That's actually exciting to hear that. Wait, okay. I want to ask a big picture question. Is there a moment in your life that stands out when you realized that your brother had real issues with lying? Just in a general sense, like even at a really young age.
Since we've been little kids, he's been doing. You know, a lot of people would put us together. So he would sit up there and lie. You know, they'll come and ask me about the situation. I don't want to make it seem like, you know, he's such a liar. So it's like it put me in a lot of twists too. I mean, just what general in the business sense or what anything he do a lot of crazy shit.
Right. I mean, it's normal to be a little kid who lies. You know, like my 4-year-old lies all the time and nobody takes it too. Yeah, she'll say, she told one of the kids at school that I moved out and got a new house.
Why? Wait, hold on. That's serious.
She just made it up. She just told one of the kids at school and the kid's mom texted Lena and said, is it true that Adam moved out?
You don't think Lena's telling her that you're going to move out after living in a new house?
Well, that might be the conspiracy right there. That's not bad. Hey. But I'm just saying, like, little kids lie, but then it feels like certain people, like, kind of don't grow out of it.
Yeah.
Yo,
he's one of them.
So you're sitting in LA County Jail on this go round.
Yeah.
Now, I talked to you about 4-5 months ago. or something like that. He calls me. He says, "Hey, record this call with my brother. He has something he want to tell us." So as I'm hearing him talk to you, he's trying to guide you into saying some things to try to clear some things up. Yeah. But you wasn't going for it.
Not at all.
So then he tells me, send me the conversation because he wanted to do some edits, right?
Yeah, he wanted to edit it.
Right. So, but you wasn't going for what he wanted you to say. You stood on it. You was like, that's what it is. But now you're telling me you're sitting in the county jail and you get some visitors. Tell us about these visitors.
I'm sitting in Wasco.
Oh, you in Wasco?
So I'm waiting to be released. And then, I was like, nigga, I've been up in here for 13 months. Release me. Like, what's going on? They was like, it's an issue. I'm like, what type of issue? So like 2 hours go by, boom. I go to they said, come into the room. Feds there. I'm like, what y'all here for? They said that, people was blaming me for being an accountant for 60s, setting up businesses. I did a lot of robberies. Give me a statement about it. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. But they was telling them Luce Cannon basically threw off all that accusations that's on him. He threw it off on me, talking about it's his identical twin brother that did it. And I'm like, what? I'm like, I've been in jail for a whole year. I mean, there's certain things that he recently did. He blamed me for the shit. It's stupid.
Huh?
Yeah, recent shit that he did. It's stupid.
So was he trying to put the robbery in the RICO with the dude Monster on you?
Most likely, I don't know. It's so many different things, so many robberies.
So you talking about superseding stuff they haven't mentioned?
No, hell no, they haven't put it in yet because they still investigating. By them investigating, they want to dot their T's and cross their T's and dot their I's. So they basically trying to see what parts do I have to do with it. I help do grants and all the other stuff for some of the homies or whatever.
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But some of the homies, they mention that part too. They like, he's the one that helped do this, and I'm like, the fuck y'all.
Well, who mentioned that? Another dude mentioned the other one?
Yeah, the other one mentioned that. So it's like,
so you know what he's talking about, right? The guy that Brick don't like you to talk about. Mentioned that he was the one who wrote up his grants.
Yeah, and I'm like, nigga, I help the homies create businesses and do all that other shit. So at the end of the day, don't put me in I don't have shit to do with that. So if the feds, if y'all got into it with the feds, with y'all nonprofits,
they shouldn't even be mentioning you.
Don't mention me. I just help you out with the shit, gave you guys advice, set up your EINs, Secretary of States, all that. I did all that other shit. But other than that, don't put me into the shit where the feds is asking me questions like I'm a part of that shit. Like,
they're mentioning your name.
Yeah, and they try and throw shit off put it on me. I'm like, nigga, I'm not going for none of that bullshit.
It's particularly egregious to lie about your age when you have a twin.
He said they were 10 years apart with the same birthday.
Like, I could lie about my age and I would probably be able to get away with it pretty good. But when you have a twin,
you don't remember what he told you when you asked Luce Cannon, why do you speak the way you speak? Remember what he told you?
Yeah.
He said he got shot in the head. You remember that?
Did he say that?
He told you that.
Oh.
He told you that.
And you're saying that's not true?
No.
No, the wife Gigi said he shot himself once in the foot or something. In the toe or something. Only time. Remember he told me he'd been shot 10 times.
Right. Were you around when he got put on the hood?
Yeah, my dad's from the hood. My dad is nutty from 60 Crip. Like we grew up in the hood. Like,
so you can confirm that he actually got put on, because that was something that Brick Baby kind of used against him a bunch, was to say that he didn't get put on, and I don't think he ever identified the people who put him on, which apparently is controversial.
Yeah, Brick kept asking him who put him on.
Yeah, the thing is, you don't want to mention names, especially in a podcast about who put you on.
Okay, now you guys grew up where? Was it between? Is it Fontana?
Hell no. See, the thing is, we lived in Fontana in our senior year, because at the end of the day, we got kicked out of LA County. We got kicked out of LA County for fights and doing all type of other shit that we wasn't supposed to be doing. So at the end of the day, we went to Fontana. You know, we graduated. We went to college. I mean, I don't understand like the background that he got. That's how I learned a lot. That's how I started, helping the niggas and the homies in the hood, doing businesses and all that stuff. I went to college. I taught them what I learned. So at the end of the day, I don't understand how he has a lot to give, but he would do bogus and dumb shit with his shit. So I don't know.
See, this one thing I do know, and I'm wondering, because you got this last visit, and other people outside of Luce mention your name and certain things, are you gonna let that paperwork go you've been holding on for so long?
I told y'all about that, how to get that paperwork. I told you in the county. Go grab it. It's only it's 20 minutes from here.
But
go grab it.
But you got it already.
Yeah, I got the paperwork. But y'all can go grab the paperwork too. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like I'm the type of person, I know what it is. I stay away from the situation. When I learned the situation, what happened, and how many of the homies was telling, I stayed out. Only kick it with certain.
And there was some real prominent names in there.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Some of the same names was locked up on the RICO.
So you're saying that if some enterprising young YouTuber really wanted to make a name for themselves, they would just have to go where and ask for what?
All they have to do is just go to the Fed building in Los Angeles, look up Jermaine Williams forfeiture case, and everything that's on there, and they'll see all the names that was on there. That's telling and everything.
And there's some very prominent names out there.
Well, you're the exposer. Why don't you do it?
Well, he just said it last night. I'm pretty sure they own it.
Oh, okay.
He told me, but I didn't have my team on it. He told me like a while ago. Yeah. But at this point in time, you got Luce saying he's lying. But now I'm understanding, because from what we're learning, a lot of people that's acting like they against each other are really in cahoots even right now today.
They are.
Really?
Yes. The niggas that's in jail, and that's saying that they going at it, they fighting, they not in the same dorms. They all in the same fucking dorms. They all coming up with a situation to point the finger at me. That's the reason why I'm here now, because the feds told me. So everything that I'm saying is true. So all the fake stabbings, the fake fights, all this other shit, they all together. They all coming up with the same shit. They all had little bitty pieces that the feds was telling me. So,
but when you say they all, who are you talking about? Luce Cannon,
the ones that's in the
Luce Cannon,
Brick
Big
Baby?
U, Brick Baby.
that they're all together.
He's saying they all in cahoots. He said ain't no problems with them. Which I'm gonna be real. We got to keep it real, because when Luce got there and claimed they were sellies, Brick rolled with it. Yeah. When Luce got there and claimed he had to check Big U for trying to make Brick Baby sign some paperwork, he rolled with it. So they was rolling with it until that. Now I think they may be separated now.
Okay.
I think Luce is somewhere else.
No, they're not separated, bro. That's all.
Yeah,
all
because Luce is wherever Lil Durk is at. He on the 9th floor.
Yeah, but they all still could walk around and all still be together and all that other shit. The Fed just told me like a week ago that they all still together.
How could he possibly put these crimes on you?
If it ain't no fingerprints.
Okay, you gotta understand that.
It's identical. Are you identical?
So you gotta understand. If it's no fingerprints and they sat up there and said, show the picture of me, that's reasonable doubt to sit there and say that, oh, that might not be him. Okay. That might be the other one.
So if they show the victims a picture of him and they pick him out, and they know it's him and not Jermaine, you're Jermaine, right?
Yeah.
Right? He can use that in the defense, but he's saying you're sending the feds. Why are you even putting my name in that?
Yeah.
Like, I'm your twin brother, bro. So at the end of the day, it's like, you want to protect me. If you're going to use that in your defense, like during trial, that's cool. But don't expose your hand right then and there and say that, and then have them coming after me, and then y'all sitting up there saying like, oh, he helped me do this. He helped me do this. I did stuff like that.
They implement him in other stuff even outside of the robbery.
I mean, it's kind of like how people put bodies on dead people Or like they put crimes
I'm
on
not
dead
dead.
people. I know, but you just put it on your
Shit.
twin.
They trying to
and
dead your ass.
Yeah. Like,
I mean, you can't prove it with me. Look at this guy. He looks just like me. I mean, you don't look that much like him, though, right? I mean,
but if you show a picture,
yeah,
you know, and the victim, you know, seen it, even just with, you know, with the only thing that would fucked him up is him going on different podcasts and seeing the people they robbed and all the other shit.
Yeah, he copped to it already.
So he copped to all that. But the other shit, you know, I don't know if the rappers that, you know, he whatever.
He was lying about the Meek Mill. He was lying.
You don't believe the Meek Mill one now?
Nah, I never believed the Meek Mill thing.
Okay.
Ever. First of all, I know Meek's team. Second of all, the Big U Meek thing wasn't gonna work because they all Muslims. Meek's team is Muslims. That's not going. It ain't gonna go that far like that. But and to say that Meek saw him walk up and just took $300,000 of jewelry off his neck and said, "Here."
Wait. Okay, I have a question. How close were you to Luce Cannon in 2019?
I mean, we off and on, you know, because of the shit he do. Like the shit he do, I don't agree with a lot.
Do you remember talking to him about Nipsey around the time that Nipsey died?
Yeah.
Did he mention anything about anything sketchy at all?
You talking about that phone call
that he allegedly got from Big U? Yeah, it feels like he would have mentioned that to you at that time, right?
Okay. On that situation is there was a phone call, but the thing about the phone call was that it was after the situation had happened. That but you know, situations from that situation, you know, a lot of people knew beforehand what was gonna happen.
Really?
Yeah. So, and 60 business. So at the end of the day, like I said, that's how I operate. That's how a lot of people operate. You don't show paperwork. If you don't show paperwork, you can't call a person a snitch.
But you believe that Big U knew it was going to happen before it happened?
I'm not going to put no accusations on nobody because I don't sit there and.
Well, what he's saying is,
you got to understand this. If you call somebody a snitch,
yeah,
and you don't have the paperwork,
they got the right.
They got the right. So you gotta call a couple of people to see if you can get that green light. Because at the end of the day, if you don't have that paperwork, that's the reason why. Like I say,
see, when I said it, they got mad at me. I said, I said, this is gangbang. You call a dude a snitch, and you ain't got to work. Because if dude would have let that ride, I don't think he'd have lasted a week. It gets around.
It is a weird situation though, because it's like he either asks, if this happened as it supposedly did, if he either asked for permission to kill him and then go do the rest of your life in jail or prison, or you don't ask and then you also probably get caught and have to do the rest of your life in prison, and then also the hood is mad at you. So it's like, how does having to ask really stop you that much?
They still
when
mad at
you're making such a crash out decision that you know your life is never going to be the same after this. I don't know.
No.
It's just like, it's easy for us to imagine that he was so offended in that moment that he went and got a gun and shot him. It's harder for me to imagine that he was that angry about it, approached him again, got called a snitch again, and then decided, like, already having asked for permission. I don't know. It's just,
I mean, that situation was going on for like a couple of weeks.
Really?
It wasn't just like it happened right then and there. You know?
They said they'd already had a squabble prior to that.
When that happened, when he went there, he was confronting him again about the situation
to see if it was the same energy.
The same energy, and then Nip blew up. You know, said what he said, and then things happened. You know, so at the end of the day, he could have went there to try to resolve the situation. But when the energy was still the same as a week or two ago, he was just like, all right.
But you don't believe that Big U called Luce Cannon beforehand?
I mean, I know who called who, you know, but at the end of the day, they in jail. I'm not trying to add no more pressure on none of the homies, nobody. But at the end of the day, some of the shit my brother say is true, but then he throw a lot of shit that's not true. So I can say that. But
he mixed shit with sugar.
Yeah.
So he like reveals hidden truths, but then he also sprinkles in.
He adds on to a lot of shit. You know, he's animated, but a lot of the shit he say, you know, he shouldn't been saying. But since it's already out there, it's like.
So Gigi, she's been an advocate. She's been speaking for the last couple months. She has always spoke highly of you, and she said, "Well, he's going to tell you the truth." Is that to date legally his wife?
Yeah, that's his wife.
So the marriage and all that they did on the show was bootleg, fake.
I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day.
You can't marry two people at the same time.
I think he didn't get legally divorced.
Yeah,
but he then ended up in a relationship with Sharice.
Yeah,
but no,
it's illegally.
No, but he's claiming he's not married to Gigi.
Oh, he says that. Oh, yeah.
But Gigi sent a marriage certificate.
Yeah, they married. Like at the end of the day, you can marry how many people you want. I mean, it's illegal, but you could do it. But yeah, Gigi is his wife. You know, I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing. Like, it is what it is. I mean, that's how I look at it.
Yeah, she always say cool things about you.
Yeah, Gigi's cool. I was just on the phone with Gigi just now before I walked in.
She has a whole lot of information over there.
Yeah.
Why he would want to make her his enemy?
I don't know. That shit is crazy.
That goes to say what you say. He's smart, but he makes stupid decisions.
A lot. He's impulsive, very impulsive. So the shit, like, if you guys are talking to him and he sees y'all feeding into it, then he's gonna add more on top of more, on top of more, on top of more, just to get everything big. You know, he wants to do it big. You know, he's a like I said, he's a smart individual. He went to school, all that. It's just that he don't be thinking sometimes.
Did you know that he had a handler?
A handler?
Yeah, somebody he was reporting to. Did you know that?
Hell no.
Do you think he's an FBI informant?
Oh, he definitely got a handler.
I don't think. Hell no, I don't think he's FBI.
My man just got pulled in last week. Who is not victim. He's the number two, either witness or victim in there. And you know him, the producer. And they pulled him in last week. He called anytime they call him or he got to go in, he calls and lets me know.
You talking about Molly Mall?
And he let me know.
Oh, you talking about Molly Mall?
He let me know straight up. A lot of it they were questioning him is about things he didn't say it. And they told him straight up, they like, dude's been reporting us weekly, but he got snatched. Listen, remember when you wasn't gone yet. Remember 600 called you because we was trying to find him in the system, and you told us, nah, that's the wrong ID. You knew his ID number by heart.
Yeah.
You said that's the wrong ID number. That's his wrong spelling of his name, all that, because Sharice sends us his ID. So we send it to him. They ain't knowing that him and 600 is good. He tells us, bro, that's his name ain't spelled right. That's the wrong ID number, wrong date of birth. So this is fake. This is his real stuff, right? So when we running it, we can't find him. But come to find out, when he calls me on the three-way with Monster, he got snatched. Monster knew he got snatched, picked up, and they let him go. And from that point on, from what they tell my guy last week, he was out here trying to gather things to try to work off whatever had went on 2021, 2022.
And I could tell you,
which is dangerous because he gonna tell people he know or he can find out.
Yeah, but you know, a lot of people that's in that situation too, you know, had the same situation with Molly Mall. Me and Molly Mall had the same exact situation that happened to us, and there was even with T.I. had the same exact situation that happened to us, and it was only one person involved in that situation that we all knew that had the feds sicked on us, period. So I don't know if it was, I know for a fact it wasn't my brother because he was sicked on too by the feds, by that same individual.
Now stop right there.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
And you hear what I'm saying? He got snatched up. And when they snatched him, for whatever reason why they snatched him, at that point in time, he went bad. So who you the guy you talking about, and we're going to say it for the record, Molly Ball ain't did nothing wrong.
No.
Dude wasn't even home. Dude popped up at his house. His security dealt with it. His security let him know what it was.
You talking about in Vegas?
Yeah. So Marley ain't did nothing wrong. And I'm going to be real. If you going into your parole office, to your parole building, and them people's in there saying, listen, we talked to your security guard, and we got this. Did your security guard let you know that this dude pulled up? The security guard, 2 other people that already told him the dude pulled up. They waited, they left, they this, they that.
Said be there at a certain time. 6 o'clock in the morning.
He fresh out.
Yeah.
So is Marley Marl supposed to say, "No, I don't know what you're talking about," and you didn't volunteer to go to this man's house against that? He ain't even dealing with you, talking to you. Marley said, "Bro, was I supposed to go back to the feds for lying to these people because you chose to come to my house and have a confrontation with my security and do whatever you did while I'm gone?" Because Marley never saw him. Mm-hmm. Right? So he ain't did nothing wrong, you know. But he did tell me that they informed him that dude had been reporting to a black fed dude after when he got hot, like you said, when the other dude got him twisted with the other dude from 190, that dude, right? Which I got that content, I just ain't let it go. I got it, right?
We got the work.
Yeah. That's when he was out here preparing himself to try to find a way out of his situation. He just kept doing so much to where he became dangerous out here for them. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of them do. They think they untouchable when they start working with those people. They think they untouchable, but the people use them until they don't want to use them no more, and that's when they go get them. So that's how it works. So they will make deals with you for the things that you did in the past.
There you go.
The things that you do right now because you think that you're untouchable, that's when they come and get you. Okay, you doing this, you doing the most. Now we're going to put you up under the jail. Anyway, we don't need you no more. Now we can work with, now the people that you told on, we can use them to get more people. Then when they're done with them, they're going to arrest them. And it's just a never-ending cycle. That's just how the feds work.
Wow.
There's a whole lot going on. He hit me last minute. He wanted to clear his name because he don't know what else is being said. All he knows is the feds pulled up on him in the joint a couple weeks ago, whatever it was, and let him know straight up that your brother is saying you're the one who in fact did all these things.
It's just not my brother. It's just not him.
So there's a few other people in there.
A few other people that's up in there. Like I said, I help write grants. I help, get
It's only one dude that grants written.
I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, I like to show paperwork. I told y'all where to go get the paperwork.
Yeah, we definitely gonna go look into that.
Y'all should have been had that. Like
we gonna go look into it. Well, we've been reading the fresh work. You know, but listen, Big, I appreciate you stopping by. I definitely got your it's crazy because it's like deja vu. He has reality show shot. A few of them got my artists in them.
A lot of them.
What's the name of the reality shows?
Baddies of the Wild Wild West is one. That's for the females, and then I got Hip Hop All Stars. I have we're gonna start shooting series 2 in August.
So Hip Hop All Stars, the trailer you sent me as True Card, DW Flame,
Lil Vader.
Got
OGZ, it has ASM, it has Radio Bass, who else it has? Blueface did a couple of things for us in that. Who else? Waka Flocka, Fat Boy SE.
And you got all the paperwork to these things.
Yeah. Remember I sent you the contract like a year and a half ago because you was tripping off a True Card, being in it, and then I was like, look, bro, I'll send you 10%.
I don't remember it. I don't even remember it.
Yeah.
But whatever it is, this is perfect timing because I'm in that mode. He doesn't even know that I got to have a conversation with him later. But I'm in that mode. I've been structuring this like the last couple months. So the timing is better now anyway.
You're taking over the Dosh Network?
No.
Oh.
No, we got something even better that's part of our circle.
Oh, okay.
That you're going to be real comfortable with. So time is even better. I know I got like 3 trailers. And I sent them to R&B, so I'm gonna be getting with you to make sure you got all the documents. And this is this. So who got into doing these? Did he take that idea from you, or did you take that idea from Luce Cannon?
No, it was like we've been in the industry for so long. We met like content. I mean, just different people, contacts, and all that stuff. So
as far as doing it, because he has yours is shot a little better. His was kind of like iPhone-ish a little bit.
Yeah, my shit is professional. We have professional shit, period. So at the end of the day, everything, like all my episodes is like thought out, all that. We have competitions, we have all that. We show a lot of positivity when it comes down to our blacks. Like, we all can get along. The women on there, it's a couple of fights on there, but they was all cool. Everything was set up perfect.
Now, what we're going to do, I'm going to look at it. Like I said, it's perfect timing. The team I have now is a real close-knit team. It's really our table. Adam, I don't think you realize, you kind of know how I work, is that I've been kind of like really setting our table to not only do what we are all individually doing, but to be able to utilize one another's resources for other things we may want to independently do. So me and Ack, we got something set up that I know you're going to like. And then outside of that, when it's time for us to go, we can hit that button. That button is crazy when it comes to our marketing and promoting. But I appreciate you for showing up, bro.
Yeah, final question. Will you ever be cool with your brother again?
That's, like I said, that's my twin brother. I know I've been, we was raised in a womb. So at the end of the day, it's like, I'ma always love him. I just don't like the shit that he do. Yeah. Just putting me in a twist, like I said, I raised my kids, all my kids, like my grown kids, they all have D1 scholarships. They all go to colleges, top colleges in there. So why fuck up my program, by saying this shit because y'all got caught up. Yeah. Y'all was sloppy with it. Y'all on the internet saying the gang is shit, and they looked into the shit and they got y'all on that shit. So at the end of the day, leave me out of it. I sit up there, I be, being a hood and all that other shit. I'll be cool. I teach people, like, niggas, don't sell no weed, don't sell this, nigga. Let's open up a trucking company. Open up different companies. What do you like to do? I sit down, write business plans, tell them how to do it, how to operate that shit, and go from there. I like to build my people up. I don't like to tear them down. And that's the difference between me and my brother. My brother just don't care about who he tears down as long as he make it to the top. So that's how he function. But with me, we're gonna eat together. I'm gonna help you out, help you guys out. I work with nonprofits. I got I'm working with this nonprofit by Diane Rogers. She's helping women that educating the women to get better jobs and all that stuff in the community and all that stuff. So we've been doing that since I've just been out. So it's a lot of things that I do. I like to educate and help my people. I'm not just the type of person just to tear people down and shit like that. I like to make sure everybody.
Y'all did come up. Y'all was in the same womb. You show you did none of him rub off on you. I mean, it got to be something. What similar ways do you guys have on that bullshit side? It got to be something. You ain't just all to the good. Nah.
Important question: is it gay to be in the same womb as another man?
This nigga what crazy. The hell was you talking about?
I had to just say something.
Just fucking around. Right, go on.
Yeah. Hey yo, I think you need to go get some therapy, man.
Also, you're underage. By a lot. Yeah. You're not even born yet. You don't even have an age. You haven't even started ticking down the days.
But the thing is that, like I said,
because he tell me y'all done had a bunch of fights, bunch of crazy stuff didn't happen, but he blames it on you.
If we fact checked all those stories, I bet we would find some incredible discrepancies.
Now your guy was on there with Gigi. I forget his name.
Who?
The one Luce told on, they went to jail together.
You're talking about Chosen. I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, I didn't see no black and white in that situation, but I heard about that shit. I mean,
I think he said something about you too.
Yeah, but
Chosen said he started telling the people it was you.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I think that's his defense. Like, you have a twin brother, you can sit up there and try to, persuade a judge. I mean, I think it worked. That time when he blamed me, they couldn't find him, guilty because they didn't really know. Even though he was caught at the scene, or I don't know, caught down the street or whatever it was, he got out of that situation. So I don't know if he feels like he could do it again. I don't know what evidence they do have on him. But the thing is, with Gigi has a lot of shit. A lot of shit on him.
She got a lot of shit documented on that phone.
He need to make
videos, crazy stuff. Like, I don't know why he's playing with her. Listen, I don't know. Listen, bro. When he got a phone on her account. So everything he was doing was going to her iCloud. And this dude likes to record everything he does, which we know. Right?
It's a good way to end up in the feds, honestly.
Yeah. That's a very good way.
I mean, that if you really want to be like a career criminal, you should probably try to document as little as possible.
So would you ever trust your brother?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I can't trust him.
I don't trust my brother. I just love my brother because as a twin, we have a special bond. Even though I know that he do a lot of crazy and dumb shit. Like with me, I minimize the shit he do. I tell him like, no, that's not a good idea. Don't do that shit. A lot of the shit that he has been doing by himself, by me not being in the picture, is the reason why the feds got him. Period. Because at the end of the day, I always tell him to make the best decisions that you can. Don't be up on the bullshit, and especially not recording shit. I'm not recording nothing. Period.
Yeah, he record everything.
Yeah.
But I tell you everything. He's out of his damn mind.
Yeah.
He'll be all right. You gonna go put some money on his books?
Yeah, I mean, I put money on his books. I mean, right now, because at the end of the day, I'm a little irritated at the situation of the feds and all that shit coming to holler at me and all that shit.
If you really think somebody is that bad, I don't think you got to put money on their books.
Listen.
Would you put money on Hitler's books?
He better, who?
If Hitler was locked up, would you put money on his books?
Absolutely not. Why? I would have a reason to.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I wouldn't do it.
If they're really that bad, you don't got to put money on their books.
Listen, man, I tried to literally help the dude.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess he had a motive, but he I don't know why he thought I was slow. You know what I mean? Because I could see it. But it was like, I was like, let me try to help this dude. But he wanted it his way. He was caught up, bro. Adam, maybe you can help me with this. We just who we are. He was caught up. He wants to be famous by any means necessary.
Yeah. So
he don't care what it takes.
That's why he exposed a lot of shit. And then, but the thing that he was exposing, see, that's where I can tell you that he says a lot of truth because the feds ain't stupid. They knew exactly what he was saying. Or they just, okay, yeah, that's what the other person said. That's what the victim said. So by the victim saying that, and then you go on a podcast and you sit there and say some dumb shit like that, it affirms everything. And that's why it's a lot. I mean, people don't think that the people that's in jail have the same cases. They have a lot of the same cases, bro. They just haven't been brought forth yet, but they have a lot of shit that they're investigating. That's why the trial is...
Like, honestly, if you're somebody like Luce Cannon, who realistically is just going to spend their entire life manipulating people and pulling the wool over people's eyes and lying about everything, the internet is your worst enemy, because the internet takes these statements that you're making and enshrines them for everybody else to see. What Luce Cannon wants to be able to do is to tell everybody a different story and to be able to just kind of come up with details on the fly so that he can manipulate people and get what he wants or whatever. But like, the internet is the enemy of that, because as soon as you have a podcast out there of you saying, I'm 32, and then we find out you're 42, it's like, this is enough to let us know that you're a serial liar.
When the mugshot came up that said 42, I'm like, yo.
Because if you're never on camera, you can say I'm 32, and then when somebody calls you out for it, you can say, I never said that. Oh, you must have misheard me. I said 42.
I said, the dude said, we got the same birthday, 10 years apart. What's the he didn't want to be.
What is? That's what I used to always tell him. Like, what is the purpose of saying if you on? It don't matter what age you on. Like, whenever you find your niche, it don't matter if you 32, 22, 42, 52. It doesn't matter. As long as you get on, you're gonna be on. So, you know, I just didn't understand why he would want to say, you know, he was 10 years younger than, and then everybody that we be around, we all went to school, so they like.
That's the other biggest risk, is that somebody's gonna have gone to school with you.
Like, everybody in the hood, like, nigga, how is your twin brother 10 years younger than you? I'm like,
and we all went to school together.
Wait, but did he ever admit to lying as much as he does to you? Did he ever have a moment where he was like, this is why I lie? Or did he always just try to keep it vague?
no, he ain't gonna tell me this is the reason why I lie. I know when he's lying.
Yeah.
Like, they used to call, and 600 and them, they'll call and ask me questions. I'm like, bro, do that make sense to y'all?
In my whole time doing podcasts, I don't think I can think of anybody that I've had on a bunch of times who like stands out to me as that much of a liar, because it's just so hard to be a public presence if you're lying about everything. And it's one thing if you're like Jeffrey Epstein and you're hiding this disgusting fetish of yours, because obviously, like, sex is, everybody kind of hides away their sex life for the most part, besides you and I, in a way. But the fact that he like was doing all this out in public and lying about like every little detail is
hold on, bro.
Really crazy.
He don't lie about.
What you mean about you and I?
Well, we talk about sex on here a lot.
No,
you're always talking about banging your wife. Yeah.
Yeah, my girl. Yeah, that's because you know you be on some. You know, I ain't got nothing to do with the chickens and the ducks and all that other shit you went to. Crazy.
But the thing is that, like you guys are, he lies a lot, but there's a lot of things that he says that has the truth. That's the, like I said,
tainted with a lie.
Yeah, that's the reason why he's in so much trouble now, because he was telling the truth with certain subjects and telling lies on different subjects.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it painted him to be a different type of person. But at the end of the day, I've been dealing with it for so long. I've been dealing with it for 42 years. So at the end of the day, I knew the bullshit.
I feel it.
That's crazy.
All right, Waxster, I'm going to go put my freaking kid to bed before I go to Texas.
Texas?
Bitch, I'm from Texas.
You're going, what time you got, a red eye?
Yeah.
Why are you leaving at night, not early in the morning? It's only a 3-hour flight. You lose 2 hours.
I don't know.
You could have called it.
I'm asleep then anyway.
You could have called it 6.
Look, I get on the flight at midnight. I sleep for 3 hours. I get there.
5.
Check into the Airbnb. Even Texas? I thought it was only 3.
2 hours.
2 hours. Oh, yeah. Okay. And then I check into the Airbnb. Probably go to sleep for a while longer.
Bro,
and then boom.
Why do you stay in Airbnbs?
Normally I stay in a hotel, but this time we went Airbnb.
Hey, you tripping.
Yeah?
I don't f with them Airbnbs.
You're a
These niggas got hidden cameras.
You're a blood.
Motherfuckers got access to the. Yeah, all right, okay. Look, who you are, on the level you are, on the status you are, all it takes is for the wrong motherfucker across the street to see you in an Airbnb and get to thinking some stupid shit.
I think a lot less people want to kill me than you.
Who? They'll come rob your ass. They think you got something. I know you keep $60 on you. I know that.
Not even.
That's what I'm saying. I'm the same way. I'm always paper broke.
You're going to get a couple Nike
You get some cards, some credit cards.
You get some awful lot of
I don't run around. I wear a basic rollie. That's it. I'm not in the jury. I'm not in none of that shit.
I'm not going to lie. Normally, I almost always do hotels, but this time I was like, you know what? We got 3 people. I bet it'll be cheaper if we just do Airbnbs.
So it's gonna be 3 of y'all.
Yeah, but I mean Remo and Heath. Yeah.
Remo and who?
Heath is skinny ass white kid who works here.
Oh, okay. I
don't know if you see him.
No, I get it. Okay. I get it.
Well, I got Remo.
Yeah, but listen.
I ain't scared of shit. I got Remo.
Yeah, don't be taking advantage of Heath, bro.
Why? You don't know shit about Heath, do you?
You don't take advantage of him, bro.
You mean sexually?
No, why you thinking sexually?
I'm just wondering.
I'm saying like running him to death. Like why did your mind go to that?
I don't know.
Yeah, you might need to go get the electric shocks. Or just try this shit, man.
Did you see this? That this exists? Me and London did Vlad together.
I seen you got. I've noticed how much taller you are than Vlad. I see the picture you threw.
Am I? I feel like
yeah,
we're
that shit
almost
was
the same.
crazy. Because Vlad got some height. Nah, you was looked like you was way taller than
I
him.
might have an inch or two on him. I told her to wear that shirt. I'm like, put the boobs out. That's what's gonna get people to sign up for the OF.
Is this second thing done?
What second thing?
The thing.
The Jason Love thing?
Yeah, is that done?
Yeah.
That's done. And that's coming out where?
It's already out. It's on our OnlyFans.
So it's out.
Yeah.
So how's he doing?
Very well, I'm told. I didn't even ask for the exact number, but I heard very, very well.
Yeah, so you cool with it.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be a part 3 of This Is It. I really don't like dude, bro, because of this shit.
It's a good question, honestly.
Well, who makes that decision? You or her?
It's a group decision.
So between you two.
Yeah.
And you cool with it.
I thought y'all was beefing.
I ain't worried.
They're not beefing?
They just did another part 2.
Part 2.
Oh, you mean me and Jason Love? No, we
Yeah.
good. We good.
Yeah.
I got love for him.
So how long do you wait till after these sessions
To what?
to be intimate with your wife?
Sometimes night of. Sometimes might not. Not really too worried about it.
Just cool. I think
Take some time, heal up. I'll be here when you need me, babe.
I think that's some white people shit.
Yeah, I thought that too until I heard about Diddy and Ye and Nip and
Oh,
Yay.
what you mean? Nip.
swinging.
Yeah,
Allegedly.
Nip do
I got
Nip
that.
watch. He do the watch. He talking about the watching, but you don't watch.
Not yet.
You never watched her.
I want to swing with her, where we go with a couple and then we trade off.
Got you. So would you do that with Jason Love if it was his chick and y'all swap? Or you don't want to see that?
Could happen. I don't know.
Are you gonna watch?
It would probably have to be somebody new.
So have you watched the content they just put out?
Not the new one.
No.
No.
Do you want to watch it?
I'm not tripping about it. Maybe I was thinking I was gonna want to watch it like right when it came out, but then it came out and I didn't even think about it. So I don't know.
The last time, did you watch it immediately?
We watched a bit of it last time. I didn't see the whole thing, but I saw it. And people are tweeting it at me and shit. It's like I can't avoid it.
Situation that China wanted me to ask you.
What's that?
Ooh.
China, she's the one in the video.
Yeah, she's the one.
What she want? What?
That she felt like you and oh boy.
She talks to him.
She talks about the way you and him went about the situation.
Well, how do we go about it?
Oh, okay. The situation I hear.
Because I never exposed it.
No, you haven't exposed the video, but
No, I never exposed it, period. Hassan Campbell did.
Yeah.
He recorded it, our conversation. So once if I record your conversation, and once a nigga asks me.
The nigga from
New York.
AP. No, from Atlanta.
No, he ain't exposed it.
No, but he got the video.
It's his video. Nip gave him ownership of it on the video. Literally.
Yeah, I got the video.
It's 15 of them.
Yeah, China is my blood cousin, so at the end, but
he gave him consent and ownership on the video.
Yeah,
you got that one?
If he have the consent, he would try to put that video out. He don't want to do that,
bro. The only reason why they ain't came out because I didn't stop him from putting them out. Yeah. Listen, in the video, you got Nip telling him, record this.
Yeah.
Send me that. Send it to me. Make sure you keep it locked in. He's giving him verbal consent.
He gave him verbal consent.
Now, to all y'all be thinking I'm out there bullshitting lying. Am I bullshitting lying?
No, you're not. But China didn't give consent either.
Who?
China. She didn't give consent in those videos.
That's the girl in the video?
The girl in the video. That's his baby mama. The first one.
Yeah.
And see what it was. See, when Big U came to me and wanted me to get dude to put him out, is because he said Laura London was acting funny with him. And in the videos, you could tell that these things was happening while Nip and Laura was together. So he wanted to make China the first lady. He had this whole layout he was going to do called 60 Minutes. He was going to make her the first lady manager and blow her up. But I'm like, bro, I'm not finna let you put them videos out.
Extortion?
Extortion where?
This is
you talking about from where? From who?
From other guy and y'all 15%.
15% from what? What is that?
What's the name? I heard the story about
You mean the 30%?
the 30%.
Oh, no, that's
15, and then when
I didn't go for it.
Nip died.
I didn't go for it. You talking about his
When
contract?
when Nip died, nigga, he came and asked you for the 15%. I mean, part of your 15%, half of your 15%.
No. He got a contract. Him, Steve Lobel, and Nip.
Yeah.
The contract is the dumbest contract ever because he don't receive royalties, only publishing. So when Nip died, maybe about 40-something days, I got the text messages. He says, listen, let's make it look like you brought me out of the contract prior to, right? And then I need you and your legal team to go out to the estate for the 30%. So I said, well, you was just with Nip, nigga, when he was alive. Why did you go at the 30% while he was alive? Why you gonna go after it after he died? You saying it's your little brother, right? So if you didn't go after the 30% while he was alive, why go after when he's dead?
I don't want to. I gotta actually dip.
Get your punk ass out of here.
Keep politicking this issue. We need this is good. Yeah.
So here's the thing. What Big U didn't understand that he knew I understood was Nip waited until the contract, the 10 years was over with before he dropped the album, right? Which when he first came to me, he said, yo, is my contract expired? I said, it's expired as of now, but Victory Lap is still in there because you don't go after the day the album dropped. You go after the day the album was negotiated and the budget was released. So when I told him that, he like, well, listen, when I sign it over to you, we make it look like, and then we bust it up. I'm like, I'm not fucking with it. Yeah, I could have went and got it, but I'm like, I'm not fucking with it. For one, me and Nip never had no problems. Nip problem with me was I was fucking with Big U. And when he realized that my issue with him wasn't Big U, it was that he didn't do that K Slay verse after I had Slay break this and spin this and do all that shit we did for him in New York. I said, I don't give a what you and Big U got going on. Slay is my plug, not Big U plug. So when I got Slay doing all this shit for you and Slay called back, say, yo, can I get that Nipsey verse for my, my mixtape or whatever? And it's, no, because you getting into it with Big U. What that got to do with Slay? Because now you got me looking crazy. That ain't 60 business. That's a Paru plug. Yeah. Big U know him through me, right? So once me and Nip talked at Platinum, we was good. So when draws came with that, I said, bro, I'm not doing that. You do it. You need the legal team. I turn you on to the legal team. I don't want to have... Do you know what that nigga would have did if I would have went and did that? And got that, you know how he would have faked like he didn't know what was going on? I said, I'm not doing that. I wouldn't even let dude release the content at all. It been 2-3 times. What them people call that shit R&B? The black, when they was trying to buy it? The black web. Some dark shit, web. Dark web or some shit. Yeah. I wouldn't even let him do the deal. And it ain't got nothing to do with her because I don't know her, right? It ain't got nothing to do with Nipsey. I'm gonna tell you, it ain't got nothing to do with Nipsey because he chose to do whatever he chose to do, but I know he got kids. And I'm gonna be real, I don't think Black Sam want to see that shit.
No, a lot of people don't want to see that video. That's the reason why,
Nigga, it's 15 of them.
Yeah,
it ain't just one.
I got all.
And it's a bunch of. You seen the text messages?
I got the videos too. Me and China.
Where you get them from?
China.
Also, she got them. Okay.
Yeah, but the thing is that. They did a lot of shit. It's their sex life. So at the end of the day,
nigga, it's a lot on the couch shit. It's a lot of shit.
Yeah, a lot of shit had been. That's where I was a little irritated at where because Big U, he had the videos too.
He wanted them out, but see, he didn't have. He only had a partial. Yeah. Let me tell you what his stronghold was. He got the recording when Nip is telling the police, if anything happened to me, Domer did it, right? And he used that against Nip.
I know. I mean, a lot of people. Everybody is not innocent in that situation.
Yeah, he used that against Nip. So when he came to my house, that nigga came to my house and my backyard and my game room with one of my original baby gangster childhood friends that he did time with. He did a dub with him. So he said, man, such and such, I want to see him. I ain't seen him. And when he was asking me to do the things, he was getting irritated. He said, man, why all of a sudden you like against me and for him? I said, ain't about I'm against you. It's like, bro, none of these things you wanted to do when he was alive.
Yeah.
If you would have been pursuing that 30% while he was alive and all that shit, and you just needed some help because your legal team that went bad on you, I would have assisted you. But you sat there in front of the world, pro victory lap, gave him awards. You wasn't having these conversations with him while he was alive.
No.
Now,
that's how y'all got into it.
yeah, he started getting mad that I wouldn't cooperate.
That's when y'all beef started happening.
That's
y'all
when
was cool.
Yeah, that's what
people needed to know the reason why you and Big U wasn't cool. I knew about the whole situation.
That's how it started.
Yeah, that's how it started.
Because he felt like you supposed to press play. No, nigga, because listen, go find an interview or some shit with Nipsey saying something crazy about me.
Yeah.
Me and that nigga used to talk. He'd call me maybe once, twice a month, whatever, because he always accredited me for a lot of things me and Game did for him, and then the Slay shit. So we used to, and Nips was one of them dudes that he ain't let everybody know who we really talk to. You know what I'm saying? You would never know who we fucking with. So it's like, I'm like, bro, I ain't got no problem with him. I gave him advice. I told him no, just because the contract expired like 2018 of January. I think it started 08 of January. But Big U was under the impression because the album didn't drop until February or something, right, that he was out of contract. I said, no, that album was negotiated while you was in contract. But Big U, a lot of people don't know, and I think you know this, Big U was not that smart. He was just a magnet that people would come to him, and he had people to call around to get on it'd be 4 or 5 niggas on the phone. He ain't even talking no more to whoever is trying to get the business done. He really didn't understand the music. Bro, the nigga he had 0% royalties, all publishing. So I'm thinking, if I'm Nipsey and I know this nigga all he got is 30% publishing, when I'm doing my music, my kids getting the publishing, or my girl, or my mama, or my daddy, or even my brother. I'm telling myself, I ain't saying this to him. I said, nigga, you gonna run into a big wall, because me knowing Nip, he probably redirected that somewhere else. Because he could have assigned his publishing. He could have said, I'm in debt to these people, and it's my publishing. Draws didn't get no royalty. I said, I'm looking at this shit. I said, bro, you don't got no how you do a motherfucking deal and you don't got no royalty rate?
You got to understand, Black Sam is smart.
Yeah, definitely. I'll give him that.
So Black Sam, would tell Nip, this is how we gonna run this play. So at the end of the day,
I never helped him. If I'd have helped him with it, you would have known. I got a legal team that's impeccable. Sing. They've been around. They got passed through me through a great friend as well as Joseph Isgrove. Those of y'all know Joe Isgrove, and y'all know what time it is. That was my strong point, my entertainment team, and Joe Isgrove turned over his independent radio team. So I was the only one at the time that could get rotation in a full run, urban and rhythmic, without being in the building. That's where my strength came from in this game to get me in the door, right? But Big U knew that, but I wouldn't cooperate with nothing. And then he dropped a bomb on me and my homeboy and said, Nip's a rat. And I'm like, bro, what you talking about? The nigga really got a record. He got the recording, right? That said, if anything happened to me, he talking to the police. I don't know how he got.
I didn't agree with the extortion part either. Like, that's your home.
It was like 2000. It was some.
It was some about all that.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So, but that was their thing. But I'm sitting back and I'm telling myself, now this is what I'm telling myself. But nigga, I just watched you. I watched you get into it with him. I told Big U not to sign Nip, not because Nip wasn't worthy of being signing, but Nip's character said y'all wasn't gonna work out. You wanted to control Nip, tell Nip what to do. He wasn't
his own man.
Yeah, he wasn't going for none of that. And Nip would have never got as far as he did if he would have been allowing dude to do that. Because he didn't
break no other artists.
There you have it, right? So, sitting back and I watched them get back together. I watched them. He gave me the award after Nip. Me and Nick Cannon the following year with his football team shit or whatever, right? Yeah. But I'm watching how you representing what y'all supposed to be, but you sitting in my backyard saying what you saying after this man just died. Nigga, it wasn't Nip past what, into March? This was top of May.
Oh, I know.
I put the text messages out, the screenshots. This top of May. And I'm telling myself now, this is
about all that.
This is what I'm thinking. If you would do him like that, then what the fuck would you do to me? This is my mental. Yeah. So, and I seen him start to get irritated because he wasn't used to me telling him no. Because the things he would come to me for, it was been, yo, I'm in trouble with my home, could you help me? Yeah. Or, you know, shit going on with Corrupt, or how could I do this, how could I do that? Yeah. And we get it done for him, right? But when I told him, nah, I can't do that. About that
situation.
Yeah, both them situations. Yeah. Back to back, because he didn't wait. They was back to back. They was like right then. I can't do that. I can't do that. I give the legal team to look into it, but I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm not. We ain't had no problems. So why? And you didn't do it. I didn't respect. Nigga, you was just with him, eating burritos and shit on the thing. This is why when I seen that one clip, Justice for Nip, and they started laughing, that was real. Because I know what you said in front of me saying. You can't tell me no. It's certain things that you seen and witnessed yourself, can't no human being tell you no different. Yeah. Whatever the people want to run with, cool. Yeah. I know what I know.
I didn't agree with a lot of shit that, you know, certain of the homies, you know, did, but with Big U, he did a lot of stuff for the community. With the football and all the other stuff, he should have just kept that going.
He was straddling the tracks.
Build off of that. I mean, he did a lot.
Cause I'm gonna be real. This paperwork I'm reading, I ain't know that Big U. The shit I'm reading, but talking to Eddie Boy, who he was back then in your daddy's era. Yeah. Talking to Eddie Boy knows a different Big U.
Yeah, Eddie Boy.
He's like, nah. He said, Wack, that's him. That's him. It was always an angle. It was always something. It was always a catch to whatever he was doing. Because our first encounter when he came home, because Corrupt was back over there with Death Row. He had got away from Snoop.
Death Row as an accountant.
He and Big U immediately went back to jail. He Michael up real bad, right? Called like a child, whatever, endangerment. So niggas helped get him out of that. And then he made his first 80,000. All his first power moves was on the Damu side, right? He made his first 80 on the side deal with Game Shoe Deal, right? And then everything else, the build of introducing him to everybody was either me or S-Mac did a lot of it. And then, you know, it just flowed from there. But yeah, I didn't know you knew that. Our beginning of our downfall was I wouldn't do certain shit. Yeah. When it was regarding Nip, I wouldn't do it. But I don't know. What do you do? He told China that? How do you know?
Who?
How you know?
I knew about the whole situation when the situation was going down.
You was talking to him or he...
Yeah, come on. I
got you.
Oh,
okay.
Situation.
Yeah, okay, I got you.
Even with the videos, you know, and
yeah, because you know I never let dudes send them to me. I don't want them.
Yeah, China told me to holler at you about that too. Make sure like
no,
don't come out.
No. Listen, I've been the reason why they haven't come out, and I ain't never let him send them to me. I'm like, nah, because if some shit come out, we gonna know it's you. Yeah, and he ain't too much tripping. He told me him and China didn't hollered a couple times. I guess she was working at a weed shop or some shit down in the valley or something. He went by there. I think Sam had a head shop or whatever Sam down there. But they been in communication. But at the end of the day, you right. Nip could send his own there, but hers not. But I'm gonna be real. She ain't when a female on there with her man, a baby daddy or whatever. She ain't doing nothing wrong.
No, she ain't doing nothing wrong. It wasn't that. It's just that you can't put that out and she don't get a bag for it. That's all she care about is getting. If
That's all she care about.
Is getting a bag.
Okay, I let him know that. See, I've been when them people call about that because I didn't know. I had never heard of no shit called the dark web.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not I don't understand a lot of that shit. I got people around me that do that. They came with a bag. They came with a bag, and then we had people in Dubai.
He told me about the bag. Big, you told me about the bag, and then he was like, "Could you get China to, sign over her?"
Yeah, but I told him, listen, but see, you see how crazy that was? I told him off the rip, I'm not letting him do it.
Mm.
So I guess he was gonna go get something from China and double back.
Mm-hmm.
Cause it wasn't even about the money. Second set of people come out of the Middle East.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they'll buy for their own entertainment. Just straight, it'll never go nowhere. It'll just be for their entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, nah, bro, don't do that. Let me help you do this. Dude doing well for himself right now. Like, he only was willing to come off of it when he was struggling, but dude doing well for himself. He doing all right. That nigga driving around Bentleys and shit. Got him a nice big crib up in Malibu. Mm-hmm. So he ain't even thinking about it one way or another. And it's been a couple years since he even considered it.
Yeah, I mean, last time I heard,
but they talk though. Nigga, him and China talk.
China, we recently tried to, reach out to make sure that shit didn't happen. Just
he's not gonna do it. I'm telling you, he ain't gonna do it.
Yeah.
But now that you saying, look, Wack, if something happened, just make sure she compensated and she involved. That's easy. Because if they both in agreement. Are you saying China's in agreement?
I mean, China, like I manage China, so at the end of the day, so it's all.
Are you saying China's in agreement?
If the bag is right, China's gonna be in agreement, but the bag got to be right to let those videos come out.
Have you done a show with China yet?
No, she wanted to do a show. She gonna be on my show in August. So
yeah, you need to do a show with her.
Yeah,
because that's what Big U wanted to do.
Yeah, she ain't. I mean,
I'm telling you, but he wanted
to go.
He wanted one of the videos to come out to put the light on it.
Yeah,
but I wasn't. So that must have been when he doubled down on her saying, "Would you?" So he was working his end. I'd already told him no. I'm like, nah, bro, I'm not fucking with that. Had nothing because I don't know China. I don't know her.
Yeah.
Right. I know the other dude. I've been knowing him forever. And I know Nip. So my whole disposition was like, nah.
Yeah, the situation was that. I mean, I've seen other interviews where you said what happened in those videos, and I could agree with the shit that happened in the videos.
Yeah, I would listen. I tell people like, bro, you're not gonna see no man on man shit. That ain't what you're gonna see. But you're gonna see some shit to where us as being who we are. But then I'm recognizing that
it's freaky shit.
People got they ways going on. You ain't gonna see no man on man. But you gonna see some shit. You gonna like, oh no, nigga, what you doing? Especially because of what Nip's persona was supposed to be.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
At the end of the day, people do different things. They do little freaky shit. So you can't tell, long as it's not like no gay shit, like man on man.
There's nothing. There's nothing with Nip penetrating him. Yeah. Him penetrating Nip. No. It's a few pictures as weird as a motherfucker. A few actions that you like. Nigga, did you really just do that? Because that don't look right. Yeah. Right. But freaky shit, I tell people it ain't nothing like that.
No. I mean, a lot of people, when you said it, thought it was a lot of gay shit that was going on in the videos. So
yeah, but I've told people that, but I'm glad you bringing this up because
they thinking that you smutted him. But it was just
no, you can't. But see, here go the thing, right? This. Okay, let me ask you a question. Mm-hmm. Nip's a very strong-willed dude. Yeah. Right? How could you smut a motherfucker about what he chose to do?
Yeah, no, I'm not saying him personally. I'm talking about the
people. If I choose to grab bullfrogs and bite into them raw. And I'm recording myself and I die. Nigga say, nigga, that nigga Wack was a nasty ass. That nigga used to catch bullfrogs out the mud in the creek and just straight bite into them raw.
Yeah,
and it's a video of me really doing this. Bro, I got this saying that says the truth can never be considered disrespect. That's not smut. You get what I'm saying? Now, if you'd have heard me saying, and this is why China never said nothing, because she ain't never heard me saying, oh, dude was doing this, or dude was doing like some crazy shit he wasn't doing.
A lot of people thought when you said about the video and it was a lot of shit, like even, you know, the shit where, I'm not gonna say what happened on the video, but he threw up neighborhood.
Exactly.
Okay.
Where he walked around?
Yeah, he threw up neighborhood. So people thought that they thought he was doing some gay shit when you did the interview the last
90% of the people.
Yeah, they thought you said
90% of the people, if they saw that video, are gonna say, nigga, you tripping.
Or he freaky as hell.
Well, see, listen.
Freaky as hell.
Yeah.
I mean, some certain people's freak level is on a whole different level. So at the end of the day, me and you might be like, yeah, that's no, that's not cool. But you get a lot of people, especially being in this industry, the white people, they do that shit all the time.
I think what it is. Oh no, yeah, we know what that is.
Yeah, so it's like
I think what it is with you know what, I'm gonna be real. I've never heard Nip promote or denounce certain shit when it comes to things he likes to do. But I think the people, for what it is today, esteem him so high to where in the back of their heads is no way possible.
Yeah, I mean
that he's, you know, involved
freaky.
in the
I mean, like I said, it's freaky. It's certain
but
type
shit,
of people
that's
different.
great. So you gotta do the right type of show with her.
Yeah. I'm gonna probably do a type of show we was thinking about finding her somebody else.
I think that'll work.
A group of dudes, you know, like what's that shit called again? Flavor Flav type of shit.
No, I think I got a play for that.
Yeah.
That we can cross at the same time where one show comes on and that one comes on. A real big name want us to do a show with him looking for love. So we could do his.
A lot of people that hit me up.
He could do his and then shoot hers. But dude's name is so fucking big. When we launch his, we let hers come on maybe like the next day, like same week shit. So we could, you know, we can do that. We got a platform, a strong platform. I'm gonna be real. Academics gonna be the one running point on the paywall. So we ain't gonna go wrong there. You know, we got our own internal marketing and promoting at that point in time. Cause with the table, you gotta remember, you got No Jumper, you got Vlad, you got Bootleg Kev, you got Trap Lore, you got Academics, right? You got Flacco, who's the creator of his own independent lane. And then I got a relationship with Joe Buttons, right? So now when you take that and then you add all the other
elements
right to it, and whatever we push out there, everybody I just named, our marketing promo clips is there coming for whatever we got coming out next. So if you're gonna do something with it, you could do something with it. And then at that point in time, you know, we could do our first, I could do a scene with her to you know, that's a great teaser. With me, you know what I'm saying? Just to let her know it's coming.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So
all she care about is making it back, bro. And
I'm gonna tell you, I didn't know. Look, now that you telling me that it's a green light, that if it is some business out there, just make sure she included in the business.
That's all she want. I mean, I can call her anytime.
Yeah, I'm gonna let him know, and all he gonna do is tell me, well, Wack, let me know what you want to do. But you know, I still feel like, well, shit. I mean, it don't even matter because Laura, I mean, what we talking about? Yeah. At this point in time, the motherfucking storm is there. Everybody wet, so it don't even matter.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be real. I think it's less of a hit just bang and get over with. And at that point in time, it ain't even no more conversation. But we probably don't even need to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's a conversation had or a scene done to where it's an understanding that, yeah, it's acknowledgement, and then you take her and rebrand her for what you talking about doing, I think it could work. So I think this was a great sit down, because now we can continue and further the business outside of that business.
Yeah, for sure.
But you do know, now I don't know what your relationship is with Black Sam.
Yeah.
Right? Luce used to claim they was tight. I don't know. He would always say it. I never really seen them together like that, but he might have something to say about it. About the content or whatever she doing with you?
No, hell no. Black Sam don't have nothing. She works for Black Sam. At the end of the day, China's under me. So I manage China. I'm gonna make sure China get her bag or whatever. I mean, they don't take care of China like that.
Okay, well shit. That's all you got to say.
Yeah.
Shit, we
China
up and rolling.
leaves her own bag, bro. She's trying to do businesses and all that other stuff on her own. Like she don't really. Her and Black Sam is close because they brothers and sister. But at the end of the day, she wants to expand on her own.
Yeah, so. Listen, y'all heard it here. Look forward to that. I've been working on a paywall structure that I'm building. Academics is probably going to be on Academy. We got the Tronics and Academy coming together. I got a lot of entities coming together with some crazy content. Some of our top execs, people that I work with, got like 20 and 30 episodes of things they shot throughout their lifetime that we have yet to see. Some of our big indie labels, we got that done. We got some stuff called The Creek Shot, 30 episodes. Me and Flacco is launching a company next week for marketing and promotion for up-and-coming and underground bloggers and artists as far as full-blown marketing campaigns. Y'all gonna love that. You just gave me like 2-3 joints, and now I have a situation with Academics where he's gave me the green light to do Academics Looking for Love. He's serious. He wants R&B to vet the women. He's 34. He want a woman, a female that don't have any children. That makes sense for him. So if you gonna do that on that end,
you see, if you look at like my reality TV show.
No.
I got bad bitches, bro.
Yeah.
I don't have. It's not like these fucking other reality TV shows where nigga they bitches is whoop.
Yeah, they gonna look good. They gonna listen. I'm telling you right now. You go lock that down with her to do that. I'm gonna lock.
China is locked down.
I'm gonna lock the thing down with to do act. Are you hearing what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When we launch acts, you can launch that one.
Yeah, we can launch that
on our same platform.
Yeah.
So one is pushing the other. You got controversy on both of them.
Yeah, and then I got
we got all that. We got I'm gonna show you when we get off some other shit. You gonna go fuck your head up because the shit I got that people are sending me is crazy. Like so, we got enough. I got enough content right now before you even came to the table for the next 9 months.
Yeah.
So you just kind of what you talking about. Give us another strong 6 months.
Yeah. And then
I still got a few things that I haven't shot.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
We can shoot all that.
Yeah, so I mean, shit. Hey, look, this is a great interview. I appreciate you for pulling up. We done got the business clear. This right here was great because now people gonna understand like the nigga ain't been bullshit. Cause I've been telling people, bro, if I was saying anything wrong, China would have been spoke out against me.
No, it was just
Hassan Campbell said some shit like 2021, 2022. Nigga, you know how long this shit been in existence, right? So if a nigga was gonna say something, nigga would have nip had been gone a couple years already. But I'm having a conversation with him and I said something to him, he recorded it and he played it. So when niggas double back, like, Wack, did you say this? Nigga, that's me saying it already. So at that point I stood on it, right? But I still made sure it never came out.
Yeah, it was just the way that people perceived it. They thought that Nip was really doing some gay shit. And
no, he ain't. Listen, what he was doing,
It just was some super freaky
Where we
shit.
come from, niggas is gonna say it's gay activity, but I'm telling you, it's no penetration, no oral, nothing between the two men. But the shit he did, and not even that.
I mean, after the
it's
shit
some other videos. Just niggas kicking it the way they was kicking it. Some niggas gonna perceive that the way they gonna perceive it. Some other people gonna be like, "Well, I don't see nothing wrong with it."
Some freaky Adam shit. Yeah,
I will say this. At that part of his life, that's who he was.
Yeah, I mean,
like with me, with my woman, I'm
yeah.
a silly dude.
Yeah.
I dance and can't dance and sing and can't sing. Everybody got shit they may do that your persona, the perception of your persona may not add up. With him, the nigga he was on some other shit.
Yeah.
I think he could have had another career.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, he's doing a bunch of freaky shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I had another issue. What's up with Eddie Boy? You deal with Eddie Boy?
Yeah, I talk to Eddie Boy every day.
Okay.
So what is it about? Because I didn't drill Eddie Boy on everything.
Okay, so
anything you want to ask me about, I pretty much know because Luce had a problem. You talking about your father?
Yeah. What's up with
okay,
that?
so
there's no black and white with nothing.
Well, I will tell you this. He has black and white.
Yeah, he told me he was gonna send me black and white.
So
Never
this what I'm gonna do. 600 got the black and white.
Okay, tell us 600.
He got black and white. He got the black and white showing people the protective custody status.
Yeah, protective custody.
He has
status.
the black and white from his brother. And it's crazy because about 3 weeks ago. Now, let's keep it real.
Yeah.
A private investigator got a hold of me that works for Eddie Boy's brother's case. The PI is saying it's two people that if they gave up an affidavit, clear that man, right? Which is your father,
and he told
your father and what's the other nigga they say telling Big U, one of his good friends. He doing life. It'll come to me. It's two of them.
Yeah.
Petey Wack.
Okay.
These are the two that now you got to ask yourself, well, I said, what you need an affidavit for them for? So originally.
That's something that they claim.
Originally, it was other people implemented in that situation. Your father, on the paperwork that Eddie Boy claimed he has, is the one that implemented and identified his brother. His brother didn't have nothing to do with it. He had nothing to do with it. But somebody is crazy. From the conversation, you and your brother was pawns. Let your father know that if he didn't switch that up, certain names, y'all was in jeopardy. I think at the time your mother may have been in the Antelope Valley or San Bernardino or some shit.
I know where
y'all was little.
Yeah, we was in LA.
Okay, well, whatever, right? So when it came down to it, they threw Eddie Boy brother name in there in place of other dude name. So the PI called me. When he called me, I got Eddie Boy on the phone. So Eddie Boy started drilling him like, yeah, you really working for my brother's law firm. So they need real affidavits, something signed from your pop saying, no, he wasn't the one. So my question to you, an ex-con, like I'm an ex-con, why the would they need something from your father saying he wasn't the one?
I mean,
what does your father have to do with a case that he's not in jail for?
Okay, now this is the situation I'm gonna say, because with my father's case of him being on there, I have black and white where I got 115 60 members on there that told on my dad. So
I'm not disputing that.
So,
but that still wouldn't. That still doesn't say that
names that you've been saying, names that's been saying is on that black and white.
That's a fact. Big U, nigga.
So
niggas, a lot of niggas been telling.
Look,
look, bro? Let's look. Let's stop sugarcoating and keep it real. A lot of niggas been telling on the black and white.
A lot of people been telling, but I have never seen no black and white with Nutty name on it. Period.
Hold on. I'm gonna ask a nigga why you here.
Yeah.
Cause he got it.
Because nigga, I asked Eddie Boy like
And he
over a
real
year
humble
ago.
about it. I'm gonna ask you right here. We gonna clear it up right now.
Right now.
Cause you know, I had to go through this with Luce and him. That's how I know from just sitting back on the phone listening. Eddie, I'm here with Luce's brother.
Main event,
his twin, and he's asking me, and you know, I didn't been on the phone with you so much and heard you break this down. And I remember a few of the documents you sent me, right? And I just told him a private investigator contacted me, and I got you on the phone that was working for your brother's law office, right? And the main thing they needed was an affidavit from P.D. Wack and from Nutty, his father, right? So he's like, what does my father have to do with that? I said, well, if they need an affidavit from your father, right? From what I know, Eddie Boy's brother had nothing to do with it. And I kept it real with him. At the time, it was other names involved, and they threatened Nutty and said that
They kidnapped him and told him they was going to kill the twins and the twins' mama if he didn't do X, Y, and Z.
If he didn't switch the names up. So now his thing is, and I know you got with your brother, is there black and white identified Nutty?
Yeah. You should still have it.
Okay.
When I get home, I'll send it to you.
Resend it to me.
Yeah,
so
resend
listen. You hearing it out the horse's mouth.
Yeah. I mean, I talked to Eddie Boy. I talked to you about a year ago, and I told you to send that paperwork. Y'all never got no paperwork.
Yeah, because I sent it to your brother that seen it.
Luce definitely seen the shit and went on the internet and called your daddy a rat.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, bro. So
he definitely did that.
But at the end of the day,
but send it. Now let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Dude, innocent. Could you facilitate getting the affidavit?
I told Big Eddie Boy. What did I tell you? I said if that was the case,
did that shit, he was gonna make sure
I was gonna make sure that happened.
Okay, well, Eddie, send me the work when you get home. I send it over there to him.
Right, no problem. I ain't got a problem with that.
All right. Look at there it go. See, one thing about me, you see how everything you ask me, I'm able to put it in front of you. And that's where it come from. So when you hear me speaking about it, he sent me Luce and 600, some documents. I just see so much shit, and I'm gonna be real. Your father has never really been a thing for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know nothing about it.
Yeah.
I hear a bunch of niggas say he was from 3-4 different neighborhoods. Rose really goes crazy. He the worst thing ever happened to the 60s and all this shit and all this. And I saw somebody did a little clip on him on the internet, but I can't believe that. But your pops has never been a thing for me. I talked to him like 2-3 times. Luce Cannon wanted to record the nigga. I don't know why. He got mad at me. You didn't record? No, nigga, I ain't recorded. You called me talking about it's your dad, and you wanted me to chime in the cop. Come record, nigga, that's your dad. Well, nigga, next time he called me and record the shit. So, you know, which I told myself, well, shit, I don't know what he want me to do with it. Something ever happened with the nigga, maybe it'd be a memoir or something.
Yeah, I mean, at the end
you know
of
what
the
I'm
day,
saying?
At the end of the day, with that situation, when my brother talking about recording some shit, you just never know who was really speaking to you. Because my brother...
No, that was your pops.
You sure?
I'm sure that was your pops.
All right.
I'm sure that was your pops. Because he was in the joint and certain homies that was on the yard with him, he was calling them for certain things to come over there. And he had a board date coming or something.
Yeah.
Was coming up. That was him.
I
will say this, he on the main line. Wherever the fuck he
always
at.
Been on the main line.
Yeah, wherever he at, he on the main line.
He ain't quitting. So at the end...
No, I don't think he ain't quitting.
Yeah, he went back to quitting.
They opened what, back to Death Row or back to the main line?
He coming home soon. So at the end of the day,
he was supposed to have a board here in June.
Yeah, I'm letting you know. He's coming home. So at the end of the day, we're gonna take these when
he send the documents, I'm gonna send them to you. Your pops have never been
but you know,
I don't know too much about him. I ain't got, Eddie got interest because his brother been in the penitentiary 33 motherfucking years.
Yeah.
Behind some bullshit. So that's his interest.
Because little Eddie Boy, he went to jail on some shit that didn't have nothing to do with my pops in the first place. So I don't understand. But I got, like I said,
he's in there for this what they call this a last name.
Which one?
The murders. It's a last. It's a family. The murder.
No, that's C-Dub. See, people.
What's the name? What's the murder?
You talking about the football player?
No, it's a family where they went in there to get somebody. One of them niggas killed the nigga from 6-0. They went over there to get him. He wasn't there, so they knocked the kid and the mama down or some shit.
They knocked down the whole family.
There you go.
They knocked down the whole family.
That's the murder that Lil Eddie in there on, right?
See, that's the thing.
Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a couple of that's C-Dub, right? So that's the reason why I'm bringing this up, because there's a lot of things that niggas is saying.
This how you know.
C-Dub has the same last name as us.
This how you know I was on the phone with your father.
Mm-hmm.
When Luce Cannon asked him about, is he on some paperwork, your father exact words was, ain't no names on that paperwork, it's all numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Are you familiar with that?
I'm familiar.
This how you know, this what came out his mouth. Yeah. But again, I don't know Lil Eddie boy.
That's the reason.
I don't really know too much about it, but I do know it's a common denominator, that motherfucker that keeps popping up. And he told Eddie, when me and 600 first, we didn't know Eddie boy. Mm-hmm. The older rolling 60s said, go holler at Big Eddie boy. He got some shit on old boy. So when he seen me and 600 on the phone with Big Eddie boy, he called Big Eddie with the Muslim shit. Mm-hmm. Right? With the whole Muslim spiel, and told Eddie, but don't talk to them, and I'm going to get PD Wack and Nutty Boy to sign an affidavit. Now you got to ask yourself.
I know, I heard about that too.
Why everybody keeps saying these two people could need to sign an affidavit?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because this shit back in the 80s or some shit, right?
This shit happened in the 80s.
Yeah, so but when he sent me to work, I'm going to send it to you. I don't know your pops. Ain't never seen your pops. Ain't never did no time with him. I'm just in the middle of it because I'm being used as the what you think.
Yeah, the middleman. Yeah. But the thing is that, like I said, my dad been on the main line the whole time.
Y'all don't question that. I talked to Pee Wee from Folders. He said he remember your dad when he was little, and he said Pops got hands. Mm-hmm. He said your pops was a rider. Yeah. But at the end of the day, nigga, it's a lot of niggas that's riders that didn't do shit they weren't supposed to do.
I understand that, but niggas have the black. See, the only reason why I haven't showed the black and white with 115 people that told on my dad from the hood is because I don't want, to put that out there like that. It's names on there. Like I got me being even in the law industry and all that shit. I have access to a lot of shit. Period. So I know who's been telling, who hasn't been telling, and I know for a fact that paperwork is gonna have numbers on it, but it's not gonna have names on it.
I don't know. This is what I know. You asked me, I told you what I knew, how I knew it, called him. Yeah. Right? He told you, yeah, I did send Wack Luce 600 some shit, and I really don't remember it because I ain't really too invested in that.
You'll be able to remember if it had names on it.
No, I remember. I'm gonna tell you what I do remember. Mm-hmm. It was paperwork identifying that PD Wack and your father had to be in protective custody due to being a witness. I seen that one. Now that one I can tell you, I remember that one.
P-Wack been on the main line too.
Yeah, I know that. But it's been times where Big U been calling in there telling people, leave P.D. Wack alone. And P.D. Wack, he didn't have this issue from what they say with certain individuals. Because he got a whole nother older thing prior to this with a cat from A-Tray or something. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Shit before my time. Mm-hmm. But when Eddie Boy sent it, nigga, I'm gonna send it to. He gonna send it tonight because I'm gonna make sure he send it tonight. Yeah. And nigga say when he get home he gonna send it. Yeah. I'm on him
and send it to me.
That's a fact.
If that's the, like I told him over a year ago, I told him if that's the case, I'll make sure that.
And then I'm gonna put you online with that private investigator that's helping his brother. He got a hold of me because he heard us talking about it on the internet.
I know.
Whoever this dude is, right? I'll put you online with them and shit, then y'all can take it from there.
Yeah, we can do that for sure.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's do it.